It's always something. I cannot connect to my Twitch to have this go for some reason. Let me just try to reset this. Um, I know I spelled everything right. I just don't know why I can't get the Twitch to to start. The audio stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended. I need like a okay, so I can't even boot up Twitch. The only way that I can do like YouTube and Twitch is if I log into Restream, and I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. This is so weird. I know if I decide to like start the Patreon or start Rumble, like it probably would. I just had to do some stuff. All right, it's not that big of a loss. Okay. So we'll try Twitch another time. Unfortunately, uh, as of right now, I have no idea who's gonna join me on this live stream, even though I said 11:30. But I like to make sure that everything works, so that way we could definitely start on time. Um. All right. So no Twitch, no Twitch. Um. Is everything not deciding to work? Because I'm like, everything can't go wrong. I know I haven't live streamed in like a good while and shit. So I don't know. Oh, I don't. Oh, um, these things are snug. They are snug on my head. Um, Let me know if the audio for the mic is still good. I hate this floor. By the way, it is snowing here in New York City. Um, Let me tell some other social media platforms that I'm live. Um, Everything's moving a lot slower for some reason. So I have no idea about which one should we start on. We're definitely gonna start on episode like 56. Um, for the time being, I'll have my camera on. Um, I'll move right over here. But yeah, for the time being, I am just gonna start with like episode 56. Um, just because. And by the way, I know that I can do this later, but I have um errands to run later. Let me see how it sounds on my headset. That's mad weird. That's mad weird. Testing 1, 2, 3. See, this is a good thing why I go live early. This is definitely a good thing why I go live early. See, this is a good thing why I go live early. This is definitely a good thing why I go live early. See, this is a good thing why I go live early. So you're telling me that I can't get it through my headset? It's my headset. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Got it. Okay. Hold on. Got it. Like I said, this is why it's always good to go early so that way I can figure out any kind of things that you know, that pop up. Um Let me do the cringe little like, you know, Instagram story type thing. Um What up? It's your favorite Marie Shadows, and I am currently live only on YouTube.com/. Marie Shadows. No, no, that's definitely wrong. Um, that's. I probably should have in the beginning named the YouTube channel Marie Shadows, but that's totally wrong. Let's try this again. Oh, this thing didn't give me a countdown. What up? It's your favorite Marie Shadows, and I'm currently live on youtube.com/. Square Circle Podcast, where we're going to be reacting to a first time ever of JCW Juggalo Championship Wrestling Lunacy. If you don't know, Vince Russo is an investor to the company, so we want to see what he's doing and what's happening. But yeah, Marie Shadows reacts to JCW Lunacy. Join me at youtube.com/. Square Circle Podcast. See you in chat. Up, it's your favorite Shadows, and I'm currently live on youtube.com/. Podcast, where we're going to be reacting to a first time ever of JCW Juggalo Championship Wrestling Lunacy. If you don't know, Vince Russo is an investor to the company, so we want to see what he's doing and what's happening. But yeah, Marie Shadows reacts to JCW Lunacy. Join me at. Maybe we should end up making a reel. What up? It's your favorite Marie Shadows here, and I am reacting to a first time ever of JCW Lunacy on youtube.com/. Square Circle Podcast. And I am reacting to a first time ever of JCW Lunacy. Okay. That says, I mean, I could also share this as a post. Okay, so now that I know that everything is good, yeah, we are going to be reacting to episode 56 because um I don't know where to start, but we'll start with episode 56. Um we're going to switch it up a bit. Um just know that like I have always made overlays and everything and whatnot, and as you continue to do this for so long, you're just like, nah, you know, that kind of deal. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, welcome. I should end up like um giving you the breakdown, and then like we'll start. So basically what we're going to be doing today, right, is reacting first time ever to JCW Lunacy. It has been getting a lot of hype. Um and then after that I'll just talk about life stuff and whatnot to see who comes in, who comes out, who hangs out with us in a way. Just because it is early, but I have some errands to run. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to go to a black screen first, so that way I know where to cut, because this is a very special tape study. I do want to bring back tape study, so I'll talk about that right after we go through JCW Lunacy. Um, just so give me a second. I feel like I feel like I haven't done this in ages. So I am completely rusty to try to get back into like a routine of like, hey, this is part of this and whatnot. I have to be a little more conscious about how I want specific standalone videos to happen. And I act like I don't know how to live stream or how to be a streamer, which is very, very funny to think about. Um, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of Tape Study. Tape Study has been away for a good while, but I do have something very, very interesting that we are going to watch today, react to, and definitely break down. If you're not familiar with Tape Study, is basically me, Marie Shadows, your host, breaking down professional wrestling matches with a pause, commentary, and giving improvements if I think there needs to be improvements, and it's all constructive criticism. It is never like, oh, this sucks, let's move on. It's, hey, this could have potential. Let's talk about it. Let's deep dive into it. And that is what Tape Study is all about. It's me helping to improve the business. And now you're trying to wonder, like, hey, what kind of credentials do you have? Well, I used to work for WWE in 2018 on the WWE network to strengthen the SEO so that way you guys, the fans, can search for whatever it is that you wanted, and no random matches, no random gimmicks will pop up. So if you wanted like all John Cena matches, John Cena should pop up. If you wanted all ladder matches, that should pop up. Maybe like a TLC might sneak their way into it, but regardless, whatever you search for, I made it better and I helped out in that part of the industry. I also help out on the indies whenever I can, being media press, being a little bit of talent relations. I help out MLW, I help out the other indies before, like, they all went their separate ways, as a vlogger, as a just a write up, media press, all that kind of stuff. And I basically have my own podcast, the Square Circle Podcast, where I review shows and definitely talk about the industry and how the industry can improve. And Tape Study is just a part of that. And if you want to be a part of the community, you can hit that follow button and subscribe button, and also join the family over at youtube.com/, Square Circle Podcast. So YouTube memberships are up. You could join, you could follow, you could share it out with your friends. Bring a friend if you want to. Square Circle Podcast is also available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts from, and wherever you want to listen to it too, even Apple Music too. I'm so very, very thankful for the community that I have built over the last 6 years, and it's only going to get better from here on out. And I'm happy that I'm able to stream. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my Twitch to work today, so it's only going to be YouTube. So I guess this is a first time ever, well, yeah, it's a first time ever reaction to JCW, but I've been doing Tape Study series where I break down professional wrestling matches for the longest over on Twitch. And then, yeah, I just do a lot more things behind the scenes as well. But I am very thankful that you guys are here so early in the morning to watch this Tape Study review with me. After the Tape Study review, I will be talking about other things that I have planned for 2026 and how you could be a part of the Patreon family as well. Patreon.com/ Marie Shadows is basically you get my unfiltered thoughts about professional wrestling, Tape Study series, interviews, and also anything outside that's happening in society that might need a different perspective. Here on the Square Circle Podcast, I always try to give a different perspective from everybody else. I am not the same as everyone else, and I definitely have my own opinions and my own ways of how to think about something, but I will never say to you guys, hey, you have to think like me. You have to like what I like. You can like and think whatever you want. I just want to give you the thought provoking questions and the perspectives to open up your mind, because this world is not as small as you think it is. It may feel as small as it looks, excuse me, because most of the time we are so chronically online that it's just like, man, it might feel small, but it's really not. The perspectives are there to help you evolve and grow as a person. So I hope that you come along for this journey of me, Marie Shadows, the Square Circle Podcast community, and everything else that I do in professional wrestling. And I am very, very so thankful. So what we're going to do, we're going to be watching episode 56 of JCW Lunacy, and we're going to be breaking it down like no one else can. And by the way, just for context, I did not know that JCW has been a very, very long running promotion. I went down a rabbit hole yesterday and was just watching some like ICP stuff, like their matches in WCW, and also listening to some of their music. Because that, I can tell you right now, that was never my world. But that doesn't mean that you cannot learn something new, right? You always should be able to learn something new and be able to be like, oh, okay, cool. What did I miss out on? Obviously, you could tell that ICP are huge wrestling fans and stuff like that. I will say that watching their WCW matches, they got better. They definitely did get better. Violent J could definitely take some really good bumps, and also, what is it? Too dope. I missed the whole entire thing. You have to forgive me because, like, again, this is not my scene, but I do know about ICP. But yeah, let's just start watching this. And if you guys want, chat is open to chat whatever you want to chat. I'll be answering questions. We'll be having a very, very good fun, but we're gonna start off with this first. So last week on JCW Lunacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JCW.
That shit was so loud in my headset, so loud. I did not know it was gonna be that loud. Give me a second. Let me adjust this. Listen, I always say that when I'm streaming that what do you call it? If you don't have technical difficulties, you're not really a streamer.
Luncacy, Two Top Country Edition.
There is no problem getting physical with his dad, and Morton is eliminated.
That's it. Jumbo thrives.
Oh, he's out at the hands of Ricky Morton. Oh, Bigfoot with elimination. Oh, wow.
No! Damn you! Carry, you piece of shit!
Sneaks back into the match.
They could actually say piece of shit. Now I have no idea why everything is slowing up. Okay.
And tosses his dad.
Oh no! Carrie Morton won the title! Carrie
Oh.
Morton won the damn title!
What you got? I found an investor.
Next week!
Come on, man. You just started looking last week, man. I found him already, bro. Crazy, dog. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the shit. All right, man.
Haley J, you're not on my level. You never have been, and you never will be. When I'm done with you at Two Top Country, your mother, Amazing Maria, won't be bragging about her daughter. She'll be begging me to stop. I already retired your mother. Now I'm gonna retire you.
Reuniting with her family.
Okay. Again, if the video is slowing down, I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's slowing down. What I would like to say is that was a damn good promo. I do know Haley J. Haley J works her ass off to get to wherever she needs to get to. So it's good to see her, I guess at not GCW, JCW. I have to train my brain to remember it's JCW. So that was a damn good promo. You learned who's who, what's happening, a little bit of backstory. Yeah. So first of all, even though we're not past the recap, it's a damn good recap.
Oh, wow. Haley putting it all on the line.
He's keeping hope alive. Curb stop. Big Al. She's not moving. Haley hooks the leg. And she did it.
And your winner, and boom!
Did you guys see the fan with the red hair? She was not ecstatic that Haley J won.
JCW Women's Champions, Hollywood Haley James.
The savior of JCW is here. I will walk out tonight. The new JCW World Champion and Two Tough Tony. Not only will I embarrass you in front of your friends and family, not only am I going to take your title, but your son is going to call me Daddy.
Listen, at this point, I can't get mad at Cardona for going everywhere and anywhere on the indies and getting booked by, anyone and everyone in the wrestling business. if you really truly love this business, you would, use Matt Cardona as like maybe one of the standards of like what you want to do with your career and how you want to go about it. Cause man, he is everywhere. And his promo was good as well. Still trying to figure out why the video is slow. If the video ends up getting unsynced, I apologize, but I don't know. But yeah, man. Let's keep going.
Working across teams
Uh,
is tough, but Asana
ads.
helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how
I'm
work
sorry.
gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
Whoa, no!
Oh, he went right into the head of Jeff the Ref! And he's got movement!
Oh!
Tony the Death Valley driver! Oh, no, 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 no! Damn
What
it!
the? No!
God, no!
They're not supposed
Who are-
to be here. They're fired.
Oh, we know they were lurking.
Who are these
And
guys?
Hero sent the vultures when he sensed Tony was most vulnerable.
We knew they were here. We just didn't know. Out of the shadows, and no, Tony's got Vampiro.
Vampiro's the one that stuck him back in the back door.
This is an absolute mugging. It's
Oh,
4-on-1.
No.
Don't tell me Vampiro's gonna screw over Two Tough Tony.
We need another ref out here. We need an instant replay. Somebody do something.
Cardona's won the title.
Oh!
Oh!
Tony's still in it.
Tony so incoming.
Excuse me. That big guy just did a moonsault. Like, man, that guy did a moonsault. So you get your typical formula, which is not that bad. Where you have like all the goons come in because the referee is down, ref bump. It's not that bad. It's just, predictable, but we all thought that maybe the dude wouldn't have kicked out, but it's still going.
Those three are lucky they have to deal with meteorite.
Cardona
Oh, so he did that again.
Tony's homecoming is a victory.
Okay, so to my understanding, I know I'm pausing a lot, but you guys have to bear with me. I'm so sorry that I'm pausing a lot. But I did go down the rabbit hole of like looking at JCW on Instagram, and I saw that this dude here, which I'm gonna learn all their names. Right now, you gotta forgive me and give me some grace that like I don't know really their names as much. But the one that just won the title off of Cardona, he did that same like fire punch, even though it's called a meteorite punch, I believe. That's what I heard on commentary, which by the way, on commentary, we have Joe Dabrowski, who's a very good commentator for MLW. But anyway, yeah, so he did that flaming punch and I was like, that's not smart, but that's different, kids, don't try that at home, please. Don't try that at home. But yeah, that's always interesting. And it was interesting that Cardona was champion. I don't know, maybe for like a week. Somebody could let me know down in the comments below, but someone could let me know. That referee is magically healed.
JCW Lunacy just coming on the air, and we see an arrival of a very, well,
Wow.
yeah, that thing is
Whoa.
long.
That's a
This
long
has to be
car.
the brand new investor who is going to be investing in JCW. We'll find out who it is tonight here on Lunacy.
why they got us here. This is crazy, dog. We were busy.
All right, listen up. Tonight is an epic night for JCW. We have an investor coming in at some point tonight. This man is going to take JCW to the next level, which is something we are not able to do on our own. But with this man's help, it's damn near guaranteed. Okay? Tonight is a night for you all to impress. I want you to introduce yourselves. I want you to be polite, be respectful, and most importantly, I want you to show and prove with everything you've got out in that ring. Tonight is the night for you, for us, for JCW to make a major impression on this new investor. Whoever he is, show decency and respect. Have a good night and kick some ass.
Clearly, just talking reasons. It's not us. Like, we always are the best. We're the best juggler fucking ever.
I feel really. Who the fuck is the best? Who the fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna pause and I am going to say that I love production meetings. I love that. Even if they decided like not to like show that or whatever, and that was just anyway that of what he says. I really do appreciate production meetings. I really do. I love being in production meetings, and I've been in quite a few production meetings while I was on the indies. I also did forget to mention in my opening, like, who I am. I also did commentary for Goddesses of War Wrestling, and I was always present for those production meetings. And Goddesses of War Wrestling is the sister promotion to Titan Championship Wrestling. But yeah, so Denisha, welcome and good morning. Yes, this is Vince Russo's I would say like clown project in a way. But yeah, so let's just see what else. But I do appreciate very good production meetings.
Welcome everyone to JCW Luncacy! Our opening contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. Accompanied to the ring by Jasmine St. Clair, weighing in at 666 pounds. He's one half of the St. Clair Monster Corporation, Mr. Happy!
Yeah, it's you. You're on TV. Look at that. Hey, Mr. Happy saw himself and he stopped looking at us, and that's all I need to get out of that. But eventful night already. We see that huge stretch limousine pulling up to the building. It's got to be the investor, Violent J, rallying the troops. Apparently a new era of JCW Lunacy, and you got to wonder.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this again. We're watching episode 56, right? So I have no prior knowledge to anything else, and I was already told that there's maybe some continuity issues where not everything lines up in a way from like episode to episode, and we'll probably see that if this wants to be a continued like series to like watch and whatnot, react to it. But Mr. Happy is over. People are cheering for Mr. Happy. When I first saw like Mr. Happy as I was going down my rabbit hole, I was like, hey, he reminds me of that dude in MOW that had like the torture face mask. And he had like the overalls, Yeah, I was like, hey, I this guy looks familiar. This character looks familiar, but his name is Mr. Happy, and then you have Jasmine St. Clair, and Jasmine St. Clair has been popping up a lot more in my timeline on Twitter. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, at Marie_Shadows. Um, I see why it took so long for that to come out. Um, I guess.
What the likes of Jasmine St. Clair may feel about a new boss in town.
Yeah, we know that Jasmine likes to keep her monsters on a tight leash. She doesn't want anyone interfering with her leadership.
We got Willie Mack.
Well, Violent J said we would find out, all of us, the identity of that investor here in this broadcast. It will be a mystery, no more in a matter of time, but there's never a mystery about Willie Mack and what he stands for. The Chocolate Juggalo bleeds this stuff.
I mean, when we saw the JCW roster's reaction to Violent J's announcement, it looked to me like Willie Mack, he wants to figure out who it is. He doesn't seem to know anything either.
You probably know Vistaprint for business.
Not
But did
again.
you know we print everything you need to brand your business? We print banners and signs that help you stand out, and must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and hoodies. Right now, new customers can get 20% off with code NEW20. Because if you need it, we print it at Vistaprint.com.
Ah.
And I think the chants you hear from the crowd really underscore.
I hope so too.
Beta. This isn't just.
Let's just see what happens.
Job for Willie Mack. Right. This isn't just another date on a tour. This is home. These people are family. Willie Mack is a multiple-time JCW champion, and Beta, you know the wrestling world, you know the corporate world. You know that sometimes when somebody puts their money into a project, things can change. Power dynamics can be altered. And Willie Mack has that weight on his mind just like all of us. There's a new investor in town, but what does it mean for any of us?
I mean, but Violent J, I mean, he's all for this. He says that this is going to take Lunacy to the next level. I mean, maybe we need to take a step back and see what's going on first. Maybe Willie Mack needs to trust Violent J.
I think Lunacy's growing by leaps and bounds as it is. Violent J is a savvy businessman. If this can take us to the next level, I'm all on board to see what that is. But Mr. Happy, in a good mood, he's trying to teach Willie Mack how to clap his hands. Mr. Happy, very childlike in nature, but very, very dangerous when you cross
I don't know that Mr. Happy has any predictions on who the mysterious investor could possibly be.
I think, you know, he just hopes that the investor has a tennis ball or maybe like a squeak toy, one of those deals. That's about it.
This is impressive by Willie Mack. Pushing Mr. Happy, but uh-oh.
Mr. Happy is
that headlock.
Some subject to debate. I've heard over the 600-pound mark. A lot of weight to carry around, a lot of weight to maneuver, and Willie Mack, who's about 280 in his own right, could not budge. The member of the St. Clair Monster Corporation.
I mean, how often do we see Willie Mack taken down like that? Mr. Happy took like half a step forward.
Of course, it is Joe Dombrowski and Beta Scott up here on commentary. Mark Roberts holding it on as ring announcer. Of course, DJ Clay with the music as well. The gang's all here as Mr. Happy and Willie Mack. You can hear it again. The connection that Willie Mack
there is a connection. Oh, okay.
Money and no amount of power will change that. Willie Mack has
all right, so
accepted unconditionally.
We're going back to a headlock.
On this headlock. Mr. Happy, gotta get out of this.
What is happening? Are we good?
And you can see how hard Willie Mack hit that canvas off the impact. And when you're somebody like Mr. Happy, sometimes the basic things can do so much more damage when you're 600 pounds.
Hey, Gills. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream, and good morning.
versus 200 pounds, and Mac felt all of that. To Mr. Happy, this is just playtime. This is just horsing around. He's not even trying to hurt Willie Mack, and he's doing this kind of damage.
Oh!
Leaves his feet, staggers the big man.
Oh!
Drop kick takes him down.
Mr. Happy rolls to the outside, off his feet for the first time here in the match. And look, he's on the...
I am too. It depends on. Okay, so let me answer these questions. Mr. Happy's character is just being happy, even though he's a monster with Jasmine St. Clair. But that's all I know. I would want to know a little bit more, I guess, about Mr. Happy, but we'll probably find out later. I don't know. It depends on like what your question is, Gills. If you have a particular question about wrestling, you know what I mean? Like I've watched WWE and I get updates about New Japan here and there and updates about everything else. So, I mean, if you have a specific question, we could have a chat.
The outside, he's... Jasmine St. Clair, she constantly, keeping Mr. Happy on his game. If we want to talk Willie Mack having family amongst the Juggalos, I mean, this is Mr. Happy's family. It's all the St. Clair Monster Corporation.
Oh! Willie Mack tripped up and back first again.
I mean, I've watched enough.
And it may be cliche to say it's the hardest part of the ring, but it's because it's true. There is metal and wood meeting at a point that reinforces the perimeter of this ring, and Willie Mack's spine violently bounces off of it.
Oh, Willie's in trouble here. Mr. Happy's right on him.
How often do you see Willie Mack in a compromising position like this?
They're trying to keep Willie Mack in it.
These fans will back the Mack every step of the way, but the St. Clair Monster Corporation looking to make waves after streamlining their numbers from 3 to 2, and oh, what a collision.
Oh, Willie Mack draped over the rope.
Mr. Happy doesn't know his own strength. May not realize how hard his skull is.
Oh, dragging Willie Mack by the scruff of the neck.
Well, Beta, I think Willie Mack's back has had some serious damage done to it. What we've seen so far, Mack moving very gingerly.
Whoa.
Oh, he's able to get out of the corner. Oh, wait a minute.
No way.
That's where pride collides with judgment. Willie Mack looked to elevate the 600-pounder, but Mr. Happy able to shut that down with his sheer girth. And notice where Mr. Happy's offense is, the lower back, that spine, the kidneys. Well, you know as an athlete, Beta, so much of your movement starts with the back, starts with your ability to use that core. Willie Mack has lost that ability.
Yeah, we've got Mommy on the outside there, Jasmine St. Clair, telling Mr. Happy to keep on punishing Willie Mack.
Always has that kendo stick as well. Mr. Happy.
What the hell?
Jasmine is cheering on.
What?
Mr. Happy's just playing with the referees, pinching his cheeks for God's sakes.
Willie Mack trying to get away and now trapped in the corner once again.
And there's nowhere to go. Mr. Happy blocking the only escape. And as that happens, Mack's back. Heel kick.
Okay, I wasn't expecting the big guy to do a heel kick. However, I would like to say that I am getting a little bored with the opening match. In my opinion, the opening match is going on just a little too long. Just a little too long. But yeah, that's just me. But Gills, like I said, if you have like a specific question about something that happened in wrestling, you can ask. Or if you want to like rant about something in the chat, you can.
contorted Willie Mack's head and neck got. And there's a hello, how do you do for you. Mack got that flush, and we may be one move away.
Oh, he's doing the happy dance.
Automate the happy dance.
He's gonna do that. He's looking, he's looking. I mean, that's a double team with Congo Kong. Kong's not here.
Well, Kong's prepared for a big match later tonight. Happy wants his dancing buddy to do the happy dance with. Congo's not here. Mr. Happy, it doesn't take much to make him happy, but when he doesn't have, wait a minute.
Oh!
Willie Mack to the blind side, hits the back kick. No, you've got to be kidding me. And picks him up and drops him.
He picked up the big guy. Now go cover him.
Oh, but what damage did Willie do to himself? You can see him bow up in pain.
Oh, the room shook with the collision of bodies as Willie Mack, clutching his back, finally has Mr. Happy down.
That may be nothing compared to the scorn of Jasmine shaking this building.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
These fans are in awe of Willie Mack.
And Mr. Happy's down. He is still down.
Think about this, Willie.
Yes, he's still down.
Every tendon in your back.
Oh, the splash!
Damn, dude.
Stars into the cover. What a win.
Okay.
And Jasmine St. Clair is irate. Mr. Happy took his eye off the ball. He wanted his dancing buddy, but instead he got a Willie Mack frog splash. And the former two-time JCW champion comes out on top miraculously.
Things are maybe not great over at the St. Clair Monster Corporation right now, Joe. It's been a few rough weeks for Jasmine St. Clair and her ranks. And, well, Willie Mack letting Jasmine know exactly what he thinks of her.
Well, Jasmine's got a lot on her mind tonight. There's a new investor in JCW to shake things up. Congo Kong's in action. Mr. Happy's begging for forgiveness. But it's all about the Mack. And I have to think, Beta, if I'm someone investing in JCW, one of the things that sold me has to be a relationship like this, the way Willie Mack connects with our fans.
Oh, absolutely.
That's true.
And this crowd here is hotter than hot, and a lot of that energy is for Willie Mack. Really the heart and soul of JCW.
That's what it's all about. Willie Mack is home here in JCW. I'm Joe Dombrowski. This is Beta Scott. Thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Lunacy. And tonight, Beta, what a main event we have, because the JCW championship will be on the line. Too Tough Tony going to defend against somebody who has had his eyes set on that for many, many months. Speaking of the misfit, Matt Cross.
Matt Cross.
Matt Cross back in JCW. Really excited for that one. Also, as we mentioned, Congo Kong will be in action. And what's on all of our minds tonight, Joe? This mysterious investor. We're supposed to find out who he is tonight.
We will find out the identity of this investor before we go off the air. It has been assured to me, plus Congo Kong's taking on Ninja Mack. We've got tag action, Caleb Conley and Jeeves are taking on the Outbreak, and so much more. And we'll get you right back to the ring right after this.
Hit pause on whatever you're listening to and
of
hit
course,
play on your
man.
next adventure. This fall, get double points on every qualified stay. Life's a trip. Make the most of it
YouTube.
at Best Western. Visit bestwestern.com for complete terms and conditions.
Is this part of the show? Hi, noob. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. And happy afternoon. Big time memories.
Do you remember the first time you stepped into an arena to witness a collision of good versus evil? The excitement in the air. The roar of the crowd. And of course, the blood. It's time to relive those memories big time. A historical wrestling lesson taught by your professors, the legendary Terry Sullivan and Supermouth Dave Drayson. Rocks TV and International Big Time Wrestling present Big Time Memories.
Hey everybody, make sure you check out Mr. Sadistic on Instagram. And also be sure to check out Motown Rage.
Here we go right now!
Live auction.
We're getting our own ads. So this is what like MLW does for like a little bit. Yeah, GCW, this is, I gotta stop saying GCW, it's JCW. Again, apologies. But yeah, we're getting our own little commercials in here, which is cool.
Live shopping. The best deals that you can get on the internet, brought to you by
Well,
Pro
other-
Wrestling Tees. It's pwtlive.com via Whatnot. So much pro wrestling merchandise for deals. We do it every single day of the week on Whatnot, pwtlive.com.
This new investor represents power and money. So let's just say we have a few things in common. Commissioner Jay wants us to make a good impression. So, how do I look? Does the Monster Corp like what they see? Good. Well, you guys wait back here. I'm gonna go do some business.
Okay.
Jeeves, what the fuck are you doing, man? Get out here. We have a match against the Outbreak. What are you doing?
What are we doing?
They're not alive. Jeeves, are you the greatest manservant? Yes. Am I, Caleb Conley, the greatest man? You are. Well, then, get the fuck out here. We gotta beat these two bums' ass. Dude, I can't take this anymore. We're leaving. I'm coming in. I'm coming in. No! Get the fuck. No. We're doing this tonight. You're gonna do this. Help me. I want to do it. Come on.
What the fuck was that? JCW has a manservant and a man, and when you break it down like that, I mean, it makes sense, like, to have a manservant, but what the fuck was, what was that?
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jeeves is handling this better than I thought he would have.
Weighing in at a Patriot
Caleb Connolly and Jeeves.
of the unofficial official American Territories champion and the two-time
What?
American champion, the American manservant Jeeves.
First of all, do you know where belts go, man? Like, you don't need to be licking the belt. You don't need to be licking the title. Man, you don't know where those things have been. And I don't want to know where they have been. But I'm never going to remember their long-ass tag team name. If someone in the comments could tell me what their tag team name is, please do so. Because I don't know what I just heard. I don't know what I just heard. God.
And the American Obsession, Caleb Conley, the American Juggalo!
Well, Caleb Conley, he seems to have
The
no
American
fear, but maybe that has a little
Juggalos?
bit to do with the fact he's got a human shield by the name of Jeeves by his side.
And what was Jeeves saying exactly with the outbreak? They're not alive?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
I can't argue with him there, Joe. I mean...
Something about blind squirrel finding a nut, you know the old adage.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and prepare to be shocked and amazed as Barnabas the Bizarre, oh so proudly presents from the witch trials of Salem to the voodoo graves of New Orleans, twin bodies, one conjoined brain, and insatiable hunger that must be seen to be believed. So, Boise, Idaho, do you want to see an undead body? Maybe you'd like to see two undead bodies! For they are the unstoppable, incurable, infection, Jackson, Abel, the outbreak!
All right, Joe, listen. Far be it for me to want to... I don't want you to think that I'm, on the same, brainwave as Jeeves in general. But take a look at the outbreak here. I mean, I see where Jeeves is coming from. They are horrifying.
Does it alarm you to say that you agree with Jeeves as much as it should?
It feels a little, sticky, kind of.
You'll have some regrets later.
Oh.
Okay. So, in kayfabe, this is pretty cool. With the makeup and everything, the whole getup, the whole character, the whole gimmick of the outbreak, it is very cool. It's very fantastic. And I do love that they get to have, I'm guessing, Barnabas as their mouthpiece to introduce them, like how, somebody at a carnival will introduce the next act. It works really, really well. It's definitely JCW material. Definitely it is. And I remember going down the rabbit hole and looking at this team and just seeing how the makeup and the special effects that the outbreak does to achieve their look as the undead is really, really, really good. I don't like zombies. Okay. I don't like horror stuff as much. I really don't. So, in personally, it's oh my God, no. But in kayfabe and in character development, this is really good. Now, I don't know if we're gonna see it here, but I do think that they have clowns on the roster that can definitely go against them in the story. But then again, you have your tag team of the American Juggalos, I believe that's what they want to call themselves, fighting two undead people. But you need, something more of an entity to fight undead people in order to have a good story. But other than that, I will give them 100% props for coming out and owning the characters, owning the makeup, owning the way that they do things, and sticking to the character and not breaking the character. And it's done really, really well. I would like to know how long the three of them have been in the business, meaning Barnabas and the team known as the Outbreak. I would like to know how long they've been in the business, because just out of curiosity. But I like the attention to detail. I like the attention to character. So yeah, it's really good. Even though I don't like zombies, but yeah, it's really really good. Let's see how this match goes.
How about regret crossing paths with Jackson and Abel, the Outbreak. These monstrosities from perhaps another world who are not in a place of rest. They are coming looking for victims.
Jeeves is still on the floor.
I'm surprised Jeeves isn't in the parking lot.
Right? Like, he should go to the parking lot, man.
It really speaks to his devotion to Caleb Conley that he's out here at all. You're correct.
He's crying. I don't even think the chance to massage Caleb's glutes would make him feel better at this point.
All right, let's see how we're going to start here. And if it will ever involve Jeeves.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm...
Well, Barnabas the Bizarre has corralled his specimens. Meanwhile, Jasmine St. Clair on the prowl back there, talking about the investor being all about money and power. And doesn't surprise me, Jasmine may go to look for individuals that are purveyors of that type of thing. But be that as it may, we'll chart that story as Jackson starts out with Caleb Conley and the entitled Juggalo facing maybe the undead. Who knows? Oh! Jackson and Caleb jockeying for position. And Caleb. Whoa! It's a Caleb special, the hip toss, but Jackson pops to his feet. Can you imagine if Jackson dropped it, if he bites?
Have you guys seen an undead move way too good? This is interesting. An experiment.
Caleb, and maybe Caleb gets some of those sores or the peeling, dying flesh.
Oh, that is not going to make a good impression on the new investor at the very least.
Won't make a good impression on Jeeves either. Tag me, Caleb says. Do you think the Outbreak have an opinion on the new investor?
Yeah, can you imagine them like just having a meeting, discussing goals in the future?
I can't picture them doing many sponsorship luncheons or attending many board of directors meetings, but time will tell as Jackson looks to get...
Whoa, but honestly, that's why they have Barnabas the Bizarre. He's the one who makes sure that they're taking care of make sure that they're in championship pictures. He's been arguing for the Outbreak to get bigger and bigger opportunities.
Okay.
And they're looking like they deserve them right now.
Okay.
How do you stop these guys? Jackson slithering through the ropes, Abel tagged in, and Caleb being dragged to the dregs of hell practically.
Caleb is
there wasn't a tag before.
For Jeeves to help him, and Jeeves is still on the corner.
Barnabas' oddities, his monstrosity, his freaks of nature have come here to Lunacy, and they've been a hell of a tag team. Several upset wins, and Caleb and Jeeves, certainly Caleb is the American champion in the singles ranks. Oh, Jeeves is being ordered to climb the ropes. We'd have been on next week's broadcast by the time Jeeves got to the top.
Inching his way up the ropes. But Caleb Conley just propelled back in the Outbreak corner.
Yeah. When these zombies swarm, when they overwhelm you, they smother you. It feels like there's no escape.
Okay. I like this match. This match is different. This match is good. You could definitely tell the story dynamics. You could definitely tell how fast the Outbreak is. You know, they're going like lucha style, like lucha fast. Yeah. Pretty impressed with it. Impressed with the story. Everyone sticks to their character, which I like.
Outbreak, they are holding the center of the ring here, and Caleb and Jeeves are on the outside.
How do you think he got the green in his hair? Is it like a fungus or like an algae?
And Caleb just tossed Jeeves inside the ring.
You know, I want to say this now that Joe Dombrowski on commentary is asking all of the right questions. And I wish that sometimes, I mean, he does the same thing over at MLW, but I want to hear more about the way that he does it in JCW over to MLW. He is asking the right questions of like how the outbreak got the green in their hair, if it's like algae. So good job, Joe. I really do like that line of questioning. And now we could definitely see the story dynamics sort of like, really, really come through. Throwing in Jeeves in there. Jeeves wants nothing to do with the outbreak. The outbreak are just like, zombies. Like, I wouldn't want anything to do with them. But I do appreciate the fact that they stay in character, that they know what they're doing, and they really do like instill something that's not normal, because like I said earlier, I don't like horror stuff like that. So to me, I'll just be like, don't come close to me kind of deal.
I don't know if it's going to count as a legal tag or not, but
You don't need to toss a bucket of chum.
Whoa!
Wow!
Bucket of chum.
Into the water to attract the danger. That's what Caleb Conley tried to do, but unfortunately he got nailed.
Abel couldn't outrun Jeeves, so he connects with Caleb Conley. And that, I don't know if that's a war cry or whatever it is, but it could be it.
And what?
That was a fan. That was a fan doing a war cry. Is that the bell? Oh.
That he now regrets.
He's worked his way up to reasoning with them from a distance.
Oh!
From the outside.
This is not a battle royal.
Caleb Conley, and he earned his way to an American title match. That could happen.
Jeeves is now clinging to the bottom rope.
They could take Jeeves' toy
God.
American territory title and just eat that.
Spine first.
I don't care how much you can contort and how little pain you feel. That's going to have an effect on you.
Jeeves is back up and back in the corner. This has essentially been a 2-on-1 match, and the one being Caleb Conley.
Yeah, Jeeves is like a child trying to conquer his fear of the water or something. Wait a minute, sunset flip.
What?
Conley's not going down.
No, Caleb.
Conley has like some big thighs.
His path got detoured and nearly got pinned.
That was interesting.
Big overhand chop by Conley.
Listen, Caleb knows how to fight, knows how to defend himself. His ego will not let him back down.
Whoa.
Look for the roll up. Could have him, no.
Into pendulum.
Submission. I can't picture Abel submitting, but.
Listen, technically for being an undead, that did not hurt him because it's an undead. I'm surprised his shoulder didn't like pop out because, it's an undead.
He was almost bent in half.
Almost bent in half? Like, come on.
Conley back in control, and really, again, this is 2-on-1, but Caleb Conley's oh, wait a second.
Conley finally found a way to weaken.
Oh!
Outbreak, but only for a moment.
Okay, as you guys know, double downs are one of my pet peeves in wrestling. Like, don't do a double down unless like there's a meaning behind the double down and like it's in the right spot for the double down. I'll let this one pass. But we did need a double down in a way. We did need both of them to sort of have this sort of rest period. So that way we could finally see what Jeeves can do. Because even though throughout the whole entire thing, Jeeves over here was like, oh my God, I don't want to face them. Like, he's scared of them. You do need to build up the story where like it makes sense of like, oh, the undead are coming out, so you have a reaction to it, meaning that like you're scared of them and you want your partner to do everything, but eventually you have to have the courage to stand up to them and help your partner out so that you guys can retain the titles. Because for the whole entire match, Conley here was definitely it's a 2-on-1 match right now. So hopefully with this hot tag coming in, we get Jeeves to come in here to do, a serious number on the outbreak. But with all that being said, like I said, I'll let the double down pass. But this is definitely like a really fun match, just to watch, just to like turn your brain off. And if you just want something interesting with an easy to follow story, this is one of the matches.
With a desperation clothesline, and now almost as instincts kick in, survival mode for Abel as he's trying to find his brother.
Oh, look at Jeeves. Oh, no, he thought about it.
Wait, what?
He couldn't do it. Meanwhile,
he wants to, but he couldn't.
And Jackson.
Okay, hold on. I gotta pause there because, I had talked about this before in wrestling, so I'm just gonna bring it up if you guys don't know, in my previous Square Circle podcast episode, where I basically say that the new thing going around is the word trope, and how trope is misused, and it was definitely misused by Metzler and Brian Alvarez, and people got on me and made my tweet famous because it's like WWE bad for using the trope, and all they meant was a fucking setup between the triple threat match with Dom Penta and Rusev. And by the way, I'm only throwing this in here because it's relevant, because on that episode I said that we are so used to the regular storytelling elements, right? The regular beats of the story. And I laid it out to you not too long ago, where I was like, hey, the match began. We have a clear story that Jeeves is afraid of the outbreak. He has an unreasonable fear. It's not really a phobia at this point. It might be, if you want to go with the true definition of that. But he doesn't like the outbreak. He doesn't like the, whatever's going on. But Connolly over here is taking them on head on. He's been like that for the whole entire match of like, hey, he has to keep the titles, around their waist. So, why not just fight both of them in a way? And then as you, the viewer, and as you also consuming a lot of media, you would think that after the double down, which is the I'm trying to think in like writing terms, I don't really want to say the climax. It's not really the climax, but like, but after the double down, you would think that Jeeves would find some courage. That will be the what do you call it? The obvious choice to do, the obvious point in this match. But no, we all got a little swerved. We all got a little swerved where Jeeves was like, nope. He dropped down, and I was even surprised because I was really like, hey, we're going to go with the obvious. Now, as I say all that, I do mention that in that last podcast episode talking about how people are misusing the word trope, because I explained it there that like we're all used to that fundamental storytelling element of like, you have your conflict, you try to get over the conflict, you try to work out the differences of the conflict, and then there should be a silver lining when you get towards the end, so you can have a happy ending, so you could be like, yeah, you got over the obstacle. But this match did not follow that. Just wanted to bring that to light.
Got the tag.
My God. Caleb Conley, even the undying loyalty, no pun intended with undying, of Jeeves could not get him into that ring. And Jackson all over the American champion slice
Nice.
bread.
Nice. That's a nice slice bread.
Oh.
And Barnabas is calling for the end. And Jeeves realizes if he doesn't do anything quick.
And the outbreak, they're swarming again.
Yeah. It feels like there's 8 or 10 of them, even when there's 2. And
Ref
broke free from one and has a message for the other.
Oh, what a... Oh!
Nice. Nice.
And Jeeves, you're back cleanup.
Tagged by the follicles. Jeeves is in the ring.
one will ever know how nervous Jeeves is except for whoever does his laundry.
Huh, huh.
Oh, don't turn around. Actually, yeah, turn around.
Oh.
The double death missed from the deepest jungles of Uganda.
Wow.
Well, a lot of speculation on who's invested
Wow.
in JCW, but bottom line, if you're looking for tag teams on the rise, you invest in the Outbreak because Caleb Conley and his best strategery was not enough to overcome Jackson and Abel.
Outbreak, certainly, like you said, Joe, a tag team on the rise. I've got to think that this tag team, this union of Caleb Conley and Jeeves has a little bit of splaining to do, maybe. Wait, what is this?
Well, this is the antidote.
Is he gonna get infected?
What Barnabas
Oh, it's the antidote?
retrieved from deep in the jungles. Without the antidote, they do not come out of the slumber caused by the mist. And now that Jeeves is woken up, he realizes that he was sitting on death's door.
That's really fantastic character work. Really fantastic character work. I thought that he was gonna give him something to drink to turn him into an undead, be part of the team. But that's pretty cool to learn. Having the lore of like, hey, they're going to mist you. You go to sleep. I don't know why my brain wanted to be like, hey, it's like Pokemon, you know. But they wake you up. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Well, Jeeves did not hold up his end of the bargain, and there may be some uncomfortable strategy sessions in the locker room. But Jackson and Abel, the undead rise up the JCW Lunacy ranking.
It's nap time.
What if your dreams could become
Oh my god.
The Sandman can make your dreams come.
Can I skip? Thank you.
Well, hello there. You want to party with me? You really want to party with me? Oh yeah. There's gonna be shit on the walls tonight. My name's for tombstones, baby. But if you need to call me something, call me Deadbug Shish.
Does this excite you? Think about it.
Deadbug, or Deadbug Says, is a television and film director who's gone rogue and makes uncensored content.
And I make fucked up entertainment for fucked up people, just like you. Jesus, these two are broken and can't be fixed. So if you like true crime and you want someone to tell you every gory detail, then my channel's for you. Easy, big boy. I'm just here to see the Duke. Hey, behind you, isn't that Kid Rock? Maybe not. But one thing's for sure. My YouTube channel's got something for everyone's. And yeah, sure, names are for tombstones. But if you want to call me something, call me...
Deadbug Says. The fact is, his balls are fucking huge.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Duke. Now what's everybody fucking waiting for? Go check out my channel.
Okay, we finally get to like who's the investor. Oh, fuck.
Oh, so you're the guy. This is gonna be fun.
Why don't you come on in? Talk a little business.
What? Oh my god, guys.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. They are the team of Mega Muska and the Outsider, Kron.
Well, one takes the
Alacron and Mega Muska.
from the visage of a fly. These two men are metaphorically projecting themselves big in their lunacy debut. Couple of talents who have made their name here in the greater Idaho area and are looking to show out.
Oh, they're hometown heroes.
Yeah, I gotta say, Joe, one of the things that's coolest to me about JCW Lunacy being a touring wrestling promotion going all around the country is the chance to see talent like this.
From Seattle, Washington.
What? What?
Stephen Flo, loyal tag team partner, hell of a fighter, tough as nails. One thing is for sure when it comes to his tag team partner, can't find a better man than Stephen Flo.
I don't know.
Tag team action.
I just realized that I may get a copyright claim for that because of the damn song.
Continues.
And his tag team partner. Weighing in at 92 kilos, he is the Devil's favorite dealer, Cocaine!
It's got
Really? Really? For YouTube purposes, if you have made it this far, the wrestler is playing a character. He's named after a drug. Do not try to take my video down just because it's named after a drug. And no, drugs are bad. Why? How? I have so many questions, dude. I have so many questions. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. So the guitarist teams up with a wrestler named Cocaine. If that is not like super meta and like so Hollywood and so, I don't know, rock and roll-ish, I don't know what is. I was not expecting that, but then again, I didn't have any like high expectations going into this. I was like, hey, I'm gonna watch this, I'm gonna react to it, and you're getting my honest reactions to it. But again, just a disclaimer, and I am just stalling for time, so that way you guys can understand that it's just a wrestler playing a character that happens to have Cocaine as his ring name. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see how commentary is gonna do with this, because this is hilarious. I would have been like, bro, is there anything else that you want to be called? Like, why the fuck? Like, I understand that the gimmick is that, you know, he's, what was it, the devil's favorite dealer, right? You know, like, you know, can't you just deal in like knives? Like, can't you deal in like cards and be like a gambit character of like, you know, Gambit and Rogue, X-Men, be like a Marvel character? I had to make sure, because if not, you guys would have like totally destroy the stream if I said the wrong thing. But like he couldn't be like a Gambit character, like he's the devil's favorite dealer and he comes out with cards or maybe knives, but I don't want to promote that kind of violence and I don't really promote drugs or drinking like that, but like the character has a really choice for his name. All right.
Gotta be cocaine, and you have to believe, hey, maybe this investor will put in a little more money in the cocaine entrance pyro. Who knows?
No, Joe.
But
no.
Cocaine, pumped to be here in Idaho and pumped to be
I
reunited with
swear.
Steve Flo in tag team action.
Flo Kane, as the
Indeed.
kids often will call them.
And if there's anything known about the kids, they're into Stephen Flo and cocaine.
I mean, the show is like an hour and like something, but because I keep pausing, it's just making it a little bit longer. Let's just see what happens, man. I mean, obviously the show is still on YouTube on, JCW's side, so I think I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'm just like, you could have picked any other name, any other gimmick to go with. You're the devil's favorite dealer. Could have did something else.
And it looks like it's going to be cocaine starting out here.
So, Veda, got to get your thoughts on this because it seemed like Jasmine St. Clair was very familiar with whoever was in that limo. I'm assuming that's the investor, and if it is...
To me, it seemed like Jasmine's reaction was maybe she didn't know who the investor was going to be, but once she saw his face, yeah, I think so too, Joe. I think there's something going on there.
Didn't waste time talking business, did she? I mean, she met the investor before Violent J even did.
Oh, speaking of business. Oh, no.
Sometimes you mix your business and your pleasure and you pay for it. Mega Mosca from the outside as Alakran calls himself the outsider. He says, expect the unexpected. Don't underestimate me when I'm in the ring. We'll see if that can hold true with a imposing presence like cocaine.
Whoa, cocaine!
Check out the body control.
It is so weird.
Check out the balance.
Whoa!
Alakran never saw it coming. And is victim to well, I was going to say a side slam, but maybe something more.
Wow, yeah, big double team elbow into the side slam.
Will this be all 2 count only? Alakran's Scorpion.
Nice double team.
Represents being a protector and a provider, and he's going to have to do that for the team right now as he tags out to Mega Mosca.
Whoa.
What?
Flow from behind.
Well, the mask is a metaphor
Guys.
for taking on big challenges if you're Mega Mosca. It's about looking at a big world in front of you. No matter how little you are, you can do some big things, and there's a big double team.
Okay. Moving on from the weird character name choice for cocaine. Sorry. As wrestlers, both teams are good. Both teams are smooth. Both teams are solid. I like tag team wrestling. So really good job on that part, guys.
By these 2 young men looking to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, these two are working really well together here, especially against an established team like Flo Kane. Wow.
Missile drop kick, Russian leg sweep combo.
Only a 1.
Stephen Flo. Oh! With that quick burst of adrenaline.
Incredible body control, but you can see Mosca.
We're doing tag team stuff.
Whoa! Wait a second, Stephen Flo.
Sling blade.
Takedown, sling blade style.
Whoa! Big senton. Ah!
Hey, these kids came here to deliver. They're not pushovers. There's a cover. 2 count only. When you talk about just sheer popularity, cult-like following. Flocane's right up there with anybody. And if they get knocked off here this week on Lunacy, that's going to impress our new investor. We got 2 new signees to JCW.
Yeah, and Stephen Flo is in big trouble here. Lot on the line. Well, Violent J said it. This is a big time. These are big weeks for JCW. Important eyes on us right now.
Oh, okay.
A double noggin knocker.
Stephen Flo.
Oh.
And a stage dive.
Yeah, that was definitely a stage dive.
Look at Cocaine. Cocaine's back. There's that tag.
Cocaine never truly escapes your life when you want it to. And here comes the
Joe.
unloading with rights on everybody.
Oh, quick reversal, but wait a second.
Through the legs, perpetual motion.
Oh.
Didn't have enough momentum.
Full of limitless energy.
Landed on his feet.
Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, careful.
Into the front row.
Meanwhile, Stephen Flo.
He's gonna do the even flow.
Stephen Flo drives him down harder than a Hope Ticketmaster fees drop.
Cocaine's back in the ring.
Only one thing left to do. Get amped up.
That is the. Into a choke slam.
Goodbye.
Here are your winners, Stephen Flo and Cocaine.
What a victory for what at one point was probably.
You have to be quite the go-getter when you're running your own business. Doesn't hurt if you have the Google Fi phone plan.
Money out the street, then I stack it up. She keeps shaking ass on me, I told her back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
Okay. I just wanted to skip ahead because if not, like, you know, even though it's the song is, it should be like Even Flow because I know that song. And even though his name is Stephen Flo, like the melody, you know, I don't want someone to come along and be like copyright claim for the fucking song when it might not even, when it's not probably the actual song. The melody just sounds the same. But I will say this though, and I skipped ahead. So as much as I like that match, those guys need to slow down. The smaller guys need to slow down. They are going a little too fast and they're missing just certain cues. I'm really surprised that everyone could keep up with each other. It's not bad and it's not sloppy, but there is potential for matches like that to become sloppy. And depending on like how much time that they give you, you know, slow it down. Cause you're working a little too fast. Even though I like the fast action, it still has to make sense, but slow it down a little bit because sometimes people are not set up in the proper spots. And if you're moving too fast and they're not moving as fast as with you, it's going to look sloppy. And then it's going to get to social media and social media is going to tear it down. So like if you're going too fast, slow it down. That match, even though like I had fun watching it and I felt the excitement and I felt the energy and I felt how fast it was, slow it down. Because I could see some of, you know, the little bit of sloppiness that like would enter in, but it's not like grand, you know. So slow it down so that way nothing bad happens.
Thanks for the meeting.
Really?
We'll talk soon.
Oh my God. Really?
Man, Tony, if this investor is a promoter type, that means money, power, and greed. Seen it too many times.
Yeah, I know it, but here's the thing with investors, man.
I don't know if we're doing it right. I don't know if we're doing it wrong. But for 25 years, Jay and Shaggy's been running this whole company, JCW. Okay?
25 years.
I don't know if the shit's going to stay the same or it's going to go different. I tell you what we do, man. Let's go hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's go find Jay and find out what's going on.
All right.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, I'll take these bitches in my hands.
Yeah, let's go, man. Oh.
The following is a fatal four-way match scheduled for one fall.
A fatal four-way.
Introducing first, from Yuba City, California, the gunslinger, Chuck Yeager.
Well, Willie Mack and
Where's his gimmick? Where's his outfit? Like, where's his gear? If you're gonna be named like the gunslinger, like, where is your cowboy gear? And like the little holster, where is that?
and Too Tough Tony.
Please do not tell me that like one of his specials is the sling blade. Like, that would be hilarious, but at the same time, it's like, where's your gear, buddy?
Have their own thoughts over the situation of this investor, and it seems like they're upset.
Yeah, it seemed to me like they're tired of waiting to find out who it is. They said they're going to go right to Violent J and demand that they find out what's going on. I don't blame them. One person, though, who doesn't need to find out what's going on.
Coming into the ring by Jasmine St. Clair. He is one half of the St. Clair Monster Corporation. From the deepest, darkest jungle, weighing in at damn near 400 pounds, the Monster, Congo Kong.
Okay, so what was Jasmine doing in that limousine?
I have yet to get back my subscription for New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I have been keeping up. So like I said, if you have a specific question or you just want to say something, you can say it in chat. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I don't know. I still keep up even though I don't have a subscription to New Japan Pro Wrestling anymore.
And why isn't she telling us what she knows that we don't?
Yeah, remember she told the St. Clair Monster Corporation that this investor could mean big things for them. It means money, it means power. And it looks like she had a meeting with this investor. Yeah, but yeah, she's not spilling anything. What, this music, Joe?
Hailing from the high seas, weighing in at 34 barrels of rum, Captain Mike Blackskull.
It's Captain Mike.
Captain Mike.
Look, he's even got a wooden leg. Look at that.
We have a huge cast of characters in this Fatal 4-Way. Maybe one day I'll get back New Japan Pro Wrestling, but New Japan Pro Wrestling needs to start really distancing themselves away from AEW, definitely break off their partnership with AEW and invest in themselves. And, you know, start believing in their guys and having a vision like they used to have it before AEW got a hold of them and they thought that this was a very, very good idea. Everyone else gets treated appropriately in their partnerships except for New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know, but New Japan is just doing things that I don't agree with, and I don't think it's beneficial to keep repeating the same things over and over and over again, even though I like to break down matches and like to give different perspectives on stuff. But, you know, I do have a lot to say about New Japan Pro Wrestling and how Bullet Club War Dogs is teaming with unaffiliated. And while I have this pause, and I know this is not part of the tape study breakdown of JCW, I do also want to address that earlier in the chat, Denisha asked me if I heard about Tegan Knox and her girlfriend or wife situation with AEW. And just very quickly on that, regardless of them being unsigned talent, it's really sad that sometimes in this world and in online, especially online, there's the narrative of, if you're a woman and you decide to stand up for yourself, people will clap for you. If you happen to tell them that this isn't very beneficial for you and everyone else, and you want everyone to at least get, a good amount of time to show what they can do in the ring, they stood up for themselves and stood up for their tag team partners as well, their opponents, usually they'll get celebrated. But there's this whole big backlash to them, and I think that's very, very unfair. And I think that AEW has a problem with always running to the dirt sheets to spill some drama, to destroy professional wrestlers' names and have people drag them through the mud and don't apologize to them at all. You know, I just don't like the fact that it just unfolds that way. There's better ways to handle situations. Probably not by spilling to the dirt sheets to air dirty laundry. And this is what I mean about AEW. And AEW can't grow because they have so much baggage and they attach themselves to the snakes of the internet world, the snakes of the business that will bring people down no matter what. If Tegan decided that the 3 minutes wasn't going to work for her girlfriend and their opponents, because maybe they wanted to tell a story, maybe they wanted to put Collision on the map and have the girls look a certain way and wrestle good and get good publicity, and she felt like it wasn't going to be beneficial, that's awesome that she decided to stand up and be like, hey, no. Regardless of what you think about Tegan Knox, she did go to WWE. She does have the WWE name attached to her, and to give her 3 minutes twice, and the second time they know that they were probably gonna lose, yeah, stand up for yourself. Tell AEW that that's not gonna work for them. It's okay. They're unsigned. It's not like it's gonna hurt them. While yes, I understand that the opportunity was there, and and anybody else would have loved the opportunity, but nobody really remembers that people were on AEW programming for like 3 minutes. It's what they do afterwards outside of AEW that gets them on the other promotions. But none of those people are going to be like, oh yeah, I was on AEW for like 3 minutes. They might show it after the fact of getting booked for so much and having the what's the word I'm looking for? The wrestle fair, if that makes sense. You know, the resume for it, they might look back and be like, hey, I was once on AEW, but they're not really telling the promoters for when they get booked of like, hey, I was on AEW for like 3 minutes. They're not going to use that. So the fact that people got upset at Tegan for no reason just shows their bias, and it's always like, rules for others but not rules for them, because that's how it is. That's how it rolls. But I just think that, they stood up for what they wanted. They didn't want 3 minutes. Okay. Somebody else took it and they probably lost. And then what? you're gonna keep allowing to lose in AEW just for a paycheck, and there's no integrity there. There's no backbone, regardless of whatever it is. People like to make a small issue into a big issue for no reason. But yeah, but back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Once New Japan Pro Wrestling starts turning into something that represents New Japan Pro Wrestling, maybe I'll get it back. But I have such a tight budget that I can't fit New Japan Pro Wrestling into it. If you guys want to help out, there is Patreon memberships that can go directly to me on a consistent basis. While I do have the YouTube memberships open, the threshold for that is $100. In order for me to at least get something, I can't do a take the funds out now. There's also buymeacoffee.com/Marie Shadows that I can at least maneuver like on a Wednesday to, at least get the funds if I wanted to continue to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. And if that's something that you want to help support so I can continue to do tape study series, then by all means you can do that by going to any of the links for that specifically if you want me to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling or watch it with you guys, which I could do on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. Just so that way it can cover the what is it, 999 yen a month, which is like $10 a month. But currently right now I can't do it. Now, if there's a specific match you want me to watch, I could probably go find it and we can definitely watch it on Patreon. The same thing that I want to do with Pro Wrestling Noah. I want to check out Kenta's match with Yoshi. We're going to call him Yoshi for now. But yeah, I want to check out that because Kenta is no longer the Pro Wrestling Noah heavyweight champion. I want to check that out. That'll be on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. But yeah, it takes a village to help me out with this. Just because my budget is extremely tight. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh no, the parrot. It's on his wrist now?
The parrot is dangling off his
parrot-
hand, yes.
The parrot is doing somersaults and tricks. What a talented bird. It's definitely alive and fine.
Is that the same bird that was in Dumb and Dumber?
Flying in from Tokyo, Japan, wrestling out of Houston, Texas.
Working across teams is
Ah.
tough, but Asana helps you handle it. That's because
He is Pro Wrestling Noah's 50th GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion, Ninja Mac!
I would like to say that I don't remember Ninja Mac being chubby. I don't remember him having some weight to him. I remember him being like a little smaller. But not like a skinny dude. But like he worked out kind of body weight, body size. I don't remember him being a little chubby. And if you are a little chubby, it's not a bad thing. It just means a lot more squishable areas.
Here's somebody that has really captured the hearts, the minds, the imaginations of every single Lunacy fan. A ninja from day one, in and out of JCW.
Yeah, relative newcomer to JCW is Ninja Mac, but his reputation certainly precedes him, and he's lived up to all of it and then some. And now Jasmine has the
Has Ninja Mac always been that short? I feel like this is not Ninja Mac. Every time that I see like a clip of Ninja Mac, especially over in Pro Wrestling Noah, with like everything that he does, I'm like, yo, you are tall. Why is he just a little bit above the ropes? Like, am I missing something? Can someone in chat let me know if this is like the real Ninja Mac? Because like, I don't think he was ever that small.
parrot. No. Whoa! A second parrot.
Now that's a first time call for me. Oh no, Congo's got it.
Oh no.
Do not eat the parrot. Oh, sir.
Kong ate a pre-match snack and
attacking with the sword.
Four-way matchup. Captain Mike, the gunslinger, Jeff Yeager, and Ninja Mac trying to neutralize the monstrous Congo Kong. Fresh out the box, and Mike with that, I don't know if that plastic sword's going to do any damage, but the Captain Morgan pose.
Whoa!
Nope.
Oh.
And then tumbling.
Mosh Pit Mike loves to entertain everybody, but sometimes that can be his biggest weakness too.
Whoa. Trading throws here. Mac with a sweep.
Incredible back and forth offense.
Whoa.
These two young junior heavyweight sized athletes, Ninja Mac. Somebody forgot to teach this man gravity because he doesn't subscribe to it.
Okay. I mean,
insane aerial skills that defy the laws of physics.
Oh, wait a second here. Ninja Mac is a standoff. And oh!
Double clothesline by Captain Mike. Man of 1,000 gimmicks. Maybe he's found one that works.
man of 1,000 gimmicks.
He's unable to, he can't stomp on the...
It's a peg leg, you idiot! Yeah, it's a peg leg. It's...
Whoa, and to the face.
You can't hurt a wooden leg unless you're like a termite.
Wow.
And Ninja Mac, though, he knows how to exploit a fighter's weaknesses. He's been well decorated all over the world, a viral sensation, a martial arts master. But he got...
With the peg leg. Oh.
Congo Kong.
Whoa, no! God. A standing cord buster. Just chucked an adult human body like it was a pillow.
The bird torso is still in the ring, by the way. That's upsetting.
Thank you for that update. Well, Kong needs something to eat post-match.
Yeah, he's stacking up bodies right now.
Captain Mike could be made to walk the plank.
Uh-oh, triple stack.
What a splash. I think Captain Mike's about to get sent to the poop deck.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
A monster side
Oh, my God.
Flattening 3 bodies at once.
Not even an eye patch can save you from that. Congo.
Oh.
He can wrestle too. Longest reigning JCW champion in history. And even though this 4-way free-for-all has more resembled a handicap match, Kong and Blink.
Whoa. Ninja Mac from behind.
Oh my God.
Ninja.
That's one way.
Ring attire.
Oh my God, that's one way. Neck breaker. That's the first time ever I saw a neck breaker throughout this whole show.
Oh no.
Well, Mike trying to say I'm the captain now, but not to be, as Congo Kong able to revert things to his advantage, albeit for a moment. These athletes are hungry.
Oh!
But there are no friends when it's every man for himself.
Ninja Mac. He's all fired up.
Ninja Special! Oh, Mike hit his head in the guard.
I mean,
Ninja Mac's in the 4th row. And the
damn.
driver by Congo Kong just picked up the win.
Not bad.
Congo wins the match. Jasmine.
Happy could learn a couple
has
things
the
or
most
two.
knowledge of anybody in this room. And the St. Clair Monster Corporation ends this week's action on their part with a big statement.
The thing is, Congo Kong, we know how dangerous he is, no matter what. But imagine if Jasmine's in the ear of this new investor. That could mean big things for such a dangerous individual.
No doubt about that. As if they weren't powerful enough before, if they have this investment money behind them, will Jasmine St. Clair be helping to pull the strings here on JCW Lunacy?
It's the Anti-Corey Pod every episode.
The name of the show is called Jim and Them.
Jim and them are pop culture, bro. Jim and them are pop culture,
What?
bro.
Jim and them are pop culture.
Jim and Them are pop culture, bro.
They are pop culture. Because I know that. I know that.
With their powers combined, they become pop culture. With their powers combined, they become Jim and Them, the greatest podcast in the world.
Cut our papers, you bitches.
This is a comedy show.
And we taking over the industry. We taking over the world.
Your podcast is absolutely incredible. Appalling.
They do paranormal stuff. Live podcasts and shit.
Strange suspicion in this bitch.
Certainly a whole lot more still to come to be figured out tonight. Matt Cross and T-Duck Tony for the JCW title is still ahead. We will find out the identity of that investor, but Veda, we want to have everybody keep up to tabs on what's going on online, on social media. Be sure to follow JCW Lunacy on all of our platforms, and be sure to follow Violent J on Instagram at violentj.icp. And Veda, we want everybody to look their best while they do it too.
Absolutely. Big things are happening for JCW. You know it. And you want to be wearing all the merch. You can go to psychopathicvault.com for everything new in terms of merchandise, exclusive auctions, all sorts of stuff. It's happening right there.
So much more still to come. The investors here and already making moves, and the world title's on the line. Next, don't go anywhere.
Is this an ad? God.
Yeah, here he is right here. Tell us what's going on, Joe, with this investor. What's going on, man?
What's happening? What's happening, dog?
Listen, trust me. I got this under control, all right? You guys know Shaggy's been concerned. Everybody's been concerned. I want you to trust me. Leave it up to me. Everything's going to be cool. Everything's under control, all right? I know what it takes to elevate this company, and I can't do it alone. As soon as he gets here today, I'm going to introduce you guys both to him myself. How about that?
How about this? You've been watching the show. The investor's here already.
Oh, he's here?
Yes, he's right out here.
All right, well, you check this out. You get ready for your match, my man. You're coming up next.
Okay.
I'm going to go talk to him right now. Out of my way. Oops.
What? What?
Detroit, are you ready for some absolute chaos? Are you ready for bodies being broken and busted open? And most of all, are you ready to feed your fat-ass family with an absolutely free Thanksgiving turkey? Saturday night, November 22nd at Harpo's Concert Theater in Detroit. It's JCW Lunacy's TV taping, live and totally free. You heard that right, wrestling fans. It's totally, absolutely freaking free. No ticket, no cover. Just bring your fat family. Bring your fat friends. Step into the action-packed madness. And after the show, snatch up a fat-ass, free-ass, frozen freaking turkey for free. You'll witness the superstar lunatics of JCW Wrestling tear the entire house down with you in it. Violent J, Vampiro, the Cowboy James Storm, Big Al, the Climax, Kerry Morton, Chocolate Juggalo Willie Mack, Matt Cross, The Outbreak, the Brothers of Funstruction, Too Tough Tony, Caleb Conley, Hollywood Haley J, Mr. Anderson, and many more. Bodies will fly, tables will break, skulls will shatter as the world watches Detroit transform into the epicenter of pro wrestling insanity. Come watch JCW and leave with a frozen turkey to feed your fat face. That's right. On your way out, snatch up a free turkey, fat boy. JCW Lunacy, November 22nd. Harpo's in Detroit. Free, free, free. Be there. And
That is interesting.
let the mayhem begin.
Sir, get off of the thing. Tell your zombies to get off of the car.
Hey, what the fuck? Barnabas, get these guys the fuck out of here. Fine, come on. What the fuck? You know who this is? Jesus Christ. Get in, let's talk some business. Brother, I'm sorry about that.
It is now time for our main event of the evening. Introducing first. From Cleveland, Ohio, he is the Misfit Matt Cross.
You know, it's
Matt Cross is a damn good wrestler.
to want to be JCW champion. Everyone's here for that reason. But Matt Cross, obsessed, dare I say consumed with the thought he's ended friendships. He's heard a lot of good standing in his career because he cannot accept the fact he's not on top anymore.
Well, tonight he has an opportunity to get back on top.
Weighing in at 240 liters of rock gut, he is the Louisville Town Drunk and JCW Triple Crown Champion, your homie, my homie, Too Tough Tony!
Too Tough Tony has had his feet in the fire his entire JCW title reign, and I'm glad to see that Tony survived two tough countries. He survived Matt Cardona, but certainly made of the list of challengers beyond Cardona.
I swear,
in the
man.
past and still to come in the future is very, very long.
And we know that Too Tough Tony is very concerned with the future of JCW beyond even just
These
himself
people.
and the championship. He wants to know more about this investor.
That's a little kid,
as
man.
Well, and you can see why it's the same thing as when we talked about Willie Mack. I mean, Too Tough Tony. This is more than just a job for him. This is more than just a wrestling promotion. This is family.
Too Tough
Okay.
Tony is here on day one. He has watched this company grow every step of the way. And Violent J heard Tony and Willie's concerns and said, Tony, get ready, your match is up next. I've got this. And now Violent J, the second individual to talk business with the investor in that stretch limo, but we still don't know whom this investor is, but it'll be revealed to the locker room and all of us before we go off the air tonight.
Yeah, Violent J, it seems like he's in that limo right now, talking business, and Matt Cross is all business here. Look at the way he's staring at Tony.
Matt Cross resents this visual. Matt Cross doesn't understand why he's not the one that's beloved. He's not the one that is embraced as a hero. But Matt Cross, I think because of that, you look in a mirror and you'll find out a lot of people have been very disappointed with how off the deep end you've gone, sir. And you think about someone like Too Tough Tony, who put this company on his back, who saved us from the infiltration of Brett Lauderdale and GCW back at the Gathering in our 2-day war. How proud he has been to represent us time and time again.
And you can hear the support that Tony has wherever we go. And yeah, I think you're exactly right, Joe. That gets under the skin of Matt Cross.
Tony, what, like a 6-time JCW champion? Somebody who
6-time.
loves this
Damn.
company through and through. And if it changes, a lot can change. The talent roster can change. Our set can change. Our jobs can change. But right now, Tony can't be thinking about that. Matt Cross can't be thinking about that because there is a degree of influence that comes with being the champ. And right now, that's too tough, Tony.
So much energy here in the room.
Tony needs some.
This dude brought out the tough, the Bacardi, man.
Matt Cross is proudly straight edge. Matt Cross does not subscribe to alcohol or drugs or any inhibiting substances whatsoever.
And he kind of looks down on people who do a little bit. That's just part, you know, he truly thinks, and that includes Too Tough Tony for sure.
That may especially include Too Tough Tony.
Nationwide is so much
Another
more than
ad?
a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services.
Well, Matt Cross does keep his body in incredible shape. Ever since I met this man when he was in his early 20s, Matt Cross has been just an absolute freak of nature, gymnast, expert in the gym, weight training.
Oh, fighting over this waist lock. Cross, he took control of the wrist here.
I would suggest that Matt Cross may be a number 2 or 3 in the list of longest tenured wrestlers here, with Too Tough Tony being at number 1. Cross traces his roots back to about 2003 or 4 in JCW. So it was a long time coming to become JCW champion about a year ago.
Tony back in control here.
Tony is controlling Matt Cross. Tony is keeping Matt Cross in his grasp, and a great shoulder takedown.
Whoa. Cross went for the hip toss, denied and returned.
Got him with a hip toss and a drop kick.
And almost you could say Too Tough Tony taking a page out of Matt Cross's playbook.
Matt Cross on the outside. Does he realize Tony's right behind him?
No. Matt Cross is belligerent. Matt Cross is irate. He blames the world for his own problems. That's where he was mentally until Tony caught up with him. And these same people he badmouths are going to lend an assist.
Oh.
Matt Cross trapped in a sea of juggalos.
And now it's their turn. It's interactive here on Lunacy.
And there's really nowhere for Matt Cross to go. I mean, we're packed in here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He's surrounded.
They are sardined here in Idaho. Jeez. And Matt Cross bounced off steel, shoulder first.
Oh, Matt Cross. Yet he's continuing to just try to get away from Tony, and Tony's right here. Oh.
Tony continues to be one of the most interactive JCW champions. A lot of people have a lot of problems with Matt Cross. We could be here a while.
Oh my God.
No, not again.
Oh, not his face. Supposed to hit his chest. Chop his chest, not his face.
Matt Cross has made this personal with all the juggalos and juggalettes.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Antagonized the children as well. Just everyone hates Matt Cross.
Every age group, every demographic has a problem with Matt Cross, and Tony is using it to his advantage. And all due respect to everybody around ringside, all of those combined don't compare to what a two-tough Tony chop feels like.
Oh no, Matt Cross trapped in the corner.
Oh, 8 this time.
Somehow absorbed all those shots.
And now finally takes down Tony.
That lightning fast quickness of Matt Cross. He can slink in and out of desperate situations, and much to the dismay of everybody here, Matt Cross just outsmarted Too Tough Tony. Standing on the back, choking him.
And the thing is, no one here wants to see Matt Cross become a JCW champion. And he doesn't care. He doesn't need that. If anything, this is like fueling him on.
Matt Cross is not doing it for anybody who paid a ticket to get in here. Matt Cross is doing it primarily for himself and secondarily to shove it in the face of everybody he thinks did not give him a fair shake.
Oh, grab Tony by the shirt collar. And drops the elbow.
Great form by M-Dog Matt Cross, who got 2.
Only a 2.
See that frustration, the fire in the eyes of Cross. Every moment of this match, the Cross is not champion. It's like the disdain he has for the world keeps on increasing.
The crowd, man.
Look at these. He's almost out in the fans talking trash. They're surrounded by juggalos. Matt Cross is he's giving it right back, I'll say that.
Stomping him.
Cross almost going garbage stomp for you longtime fans.
So I think we could say like stomping a mud-hole.
Think about the difference between a champion like Too Tough
We're gonna do a moonsault.
relationship. Whoa! With the juggalos and Matt Cross, who might be pulling it off here.
Near fall in the standing moonsault, and Cross again frustrated, almost like he resents the fact Too Tough Tony's fighting back.
Oh yeah, now he's just marinating in this.
Tony for the ride. Matt Cross handspring, body block, and an elbow. Cross feeling himself.
Yeah, he is just picking apart the champion.
Cross loves to prove people wrong. He loves to shove it back in the face of his critics. Cross will never admit. Oh, wait a minute. He'll never admit that was his fault either. But it was. And Tony's got the opening for those big ham hocks of right hand.
Whoa.
Okay,
It's a cross cutter, but no,
what?
Didn't get it.
Tony was able to fire up and connect with that massive.
The first no-sold of the show. The first no-sold. First no-show. No-sold, not no-show. Sorry. The first no-sell of the match. No-sold. There we go.
Lariat.
I think Tony was able to put his hands out to block a lot of that impact as Cross looked to drive Tony into the canvas with that neck breaker. And when Cross lost his grip, Tony had an opening. But Beta, that was enough to quell Matt Cross. But what does Tony have left in general?
Yeah, Tony's got to get back in this fight too. Hard-hitting main event. Joe, we still have to find out who this investor is, and you got to imagine that they're watching this match. The champion, that's the figurehead of the company. That's the face of JCW.
The investor and Violent J are together as far as we know, and they're watching Too Tough Tony rep JCW on the former
Here comes the comeback. The hot comeback.
Before we go off the air. But right now you can invest in a Too Tough Tony. Tony Salt.
A big guy doing a moonsault on you, man. Oh, no. That indie heart.
Cross somehow able to kick out.
Oh, just barely. And Cross maybe can feel it slipping between his fingers, but you got to watch out. That's when that Cross gets most desperate.
Whoa. Whoa. All the way up.
Tipped. Buckle ball.
That wasn't even a brain buster. That was a regular suplex.
So close.
We have an electric crowd on hand, watching on as Too Tough Tony inches, maybe centimeters away. But Matt Cross, that desperation, that fire to be the best again, still burns.
Whoa, up on the shoulders. Oh, wait a second, hold on.
Oh, the referee got hit.
Contact. Oh, Matt Cross. I told you he got desperate.
Oh, the ref didn't see it. Wait a second, roll up.
Matt Cross is going to steal it.
Oh.
As close as you can get. But Matt Cross is not your champion.
Whatever it takes, that's what Matt Cross is willing to do here. Like you said, Joe, obsessed with becoming champion.
That low blow took a hell of a lot out of Tony. And Matt Cross, if he ascends to that top turnbuckle, that's where he's most at home.
Oh, wait a second, Tony.
Tony met him halfway.
Oh.
Look at Superplex.
Oh, headbutt by Tony.
Oh, wait a minute. Tony signaling meteorite.
Oh.
There's no
I
way you
didn't even
can
know that was
survive
his
this. I
meteor.
don't care if you're Matt Cross or who you are.
Oh.
Tony went to charge in, but Matt Cross was
What?
waiting.
Oh, again into the boot.
Oh, wait a minute, Tony. That bottle was open.
Wait, what?
This got doused, but it may not matter. Matt Cross
The setup is mad weird.
Mushroom stomp, nobody there. And Tony,
meteorite!
Meteorite to the skull. Cross on fire, and Tony's still the champion.
Here's your winner, and still
Okay, that setup wasn't bad to have the meteorite strike, even though I called it a fire punch earlier. It's like, you know, it's like he's a Pokemon doing fire punch. The setup wasn't that bad. Setup was interesting. You would think that would, I don't know. Well, we consider that a DQ, but like the referee did not, you know, call it a DQ or anything like that. But you know, it's the dude's specialty, so you know, the setup wasn't that bad.
JCW World Champion, Too Tough Tony.
Are your daydreams filled
Really?
with sunshine and a certain je ne sais quoi? The French
Oh my
Riviera is
God.
Protect your European vacation with Allianz
Why can I
Travel
not
Insurance
skip?
to help you answer travel challenges with
You has
Can I skip this? Can't skip this.
JCW champion, down by the flag bearer, the face of JCW Luncacy, Too Tough Tony.
Too Tough Tony's reign continues into what really, Joe, is starting to feel like it's going to be a whole new era for JCW, for Lunacy, with this mysterious investor revealed. And I gotta wonder, Too Tough Tony, he seemed concerned about figuring out who it is. He's in a real position here as champion. I mean, he's the face of all of this, and he doesn't even know what's going on yet.
Change can be a very frightening thing, but Too Tough Tony's status as the world champion's not gonna change. But we will find out the identity of our investor. Don't go anywhere, we're not done yet. Our cameras are following Violent J and the investor.
Your help is right on time, and I want you to know how much we appreciate it. And I gotta tell you
It's
this.
Big Vito.
Brother, listen, this place is not like other wrestling companies.
No, this is a great place. It's very famous. Got a lot of potential here, you know? That's why we invested money in you, you know? I like
my
you. son.
God.
You got big crowds. You got good merch. You got everything going for you here. You just need a little push.
We
You know
just
what I'm
need you to have an open mind, though. Please,
I'm
these
gonna
guys
have
are
it
different.
You know what? We're gonna go out to dinner. Let me go shake the gabardine a couple times around, and we'll go grab something. All right?
I got you.
Sounds good. Oh man, what a great day it is here. Gigolo, juggalo, and what the fuck are you doing? Listen, I want you to.
The
stick aside,
fuck?
All right, go play someplace else. I gotta shake the gabardine a couple times, and what the fuck are you doing? Hey! Hey! We can't have this shit here. We can't have this, you dumb motherfucker. Listen here. I just arrived. We've invested money in this, and you're doing this stupid shit. I want you to pack your shit and get out of here. You're trying to get me pinched. You're trying to get me locked up on the first day, you dumb bastard.
Big Vito, wait a minute. You don't understand, brother.
No, you don't understand. I want
This
him
is a
gone.
weird.
I want him out of here. You can't have this garbage here. And guess what? You're fired. And you get the fuck out of my way. Move out of the way, goddammit. I gotta get out of
What
here.
the fuck?
Big Vito's the guy? Cocaine's fired? What's the investor gonna do next?
I'm so confused. Did I not pick the right episode? Did I not pick the right episode? No. You're gonna not play. I'm guessing episode 57 comes out on Thursday, because they have every new episode on Thursday. I was waiting for Vince Russo. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for Vince Russo. I was not expecting that. Now I understand that tweet about Cocaine getting fired. But my hair is probably like a mess and shit. I was waiting for Vince Russo. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for Vince Russo. Because there's a specific promo that I want to go over. Because I think it needs potential. Not needs potential. That's my weird to put that. You know what? We'll go over the promo because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. So before we continue, I'm going to take a little mini break and then I'm going to come back. So I will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you guys had a wonderful little mini break. I found the promo that I wanted to go over for Tape Study Series and Tape Study Tuesday. And this is where we break down professional wrestling matches and where we break down promos, characters. And it's basically just to help improve the business if the business needs to be improved. And also if any of the segments need to be improved. So we just finished watching episode 56 of JCW Lunacy. And before I get into this promo, because this promo was not in that episode, and I'm guessing that this promo is going to be in episode 57, because I was waiting for Vince Russo. But we got Big Vito, which, you know, is not really, it's neutral. Like, Big Vito is cool. But I was expecting Vince Russo to be in episode 56 because online there was such a big, huge buzz about, you know, Vince Russo being there, Vince Russo being the investor. Big Vito is like the front man, I guess, for this whole thing. But I was really looking forward to seeing Vince Russo there. But we get to watch Vince Russo in this promo, and we're going to break it down and we're going to improve it a little bit because I think it needs to be improved. Just giving it constructive criticism. Which, before we get into that, like I said, episode 56, JCW is different. It's something that there is something missing within wrestling, and that's just sometimes to just turn your brain off and basically enjoy what you see. um I do think that if wrestlers want to go there to create a character and basically end up you know, developing that character, I say that you guys should go. Because that crowd is already, you know, they already know most of the roster, and they're very responsive and they very enjoy themselves there, and they will let you know what they think. And I think that's very crucial for up and coming wrestlers to understand crowd psychology. So that way, when you do get to the big leagues, like, WWE and, well, New Japan is a little bit different with crowd psychology. But for like WWE and like MOW, you would know how to, um, work the crowd. Working the crowd is a lost art. But I do think like places like JCW with such a huge crowd with different types of tastes and interests and who they cheer, who they boo, and them understanding what's happening, it could definitely help. The same thing with other indies. As long as you are getting your reps in and you are going to different towns and you're experiencing different types of crowd reactions, and know how to basically work the crowd, you're gonna be golden, right? Because again, doing that kind of stuff is a lost art. Now, Dosivo asked me on Twitter that he wanted to hear my thoughts and opinions on it. Just after watching one episode, I want to watch another episode just because there's something to it. There's certain matches for the one that we just watched, episode 56, like the opening match. I just think that should have been like maybe a squash match in a way. Shouldn't have not like went on a little bit longer. Um, you know, uh, every person has a character, and that's what I like. Even though they had Matt Cross there and they had like Willie Mack, they had like established people there and whatnot, but every person had a character. Every person stood in character, in kayfabe, and did what they are supposed to do in the world of wrestling and didn't break from it. The standout characters are definitely the Outbreak with Barnabas. Like I said before, I'm not a big fan of horror. I don't really like zombies like that, but Breakout, really, really good. It's just some stuff is just missing. The kayfabe elements are just missing. The over the top characters are missing. The storytelling within the ring of like you have the American Juggalos, one person having a heart of courage to take on the Outbreak while his tag team partner is scared out of his mind, and that was like very evident throughout the whole story. Commentary did a very good job, so that helps out as well. It's just, when I was going down the rabbit hole, it was just one of those things of like, this is gonna get weird. Having a character named Cocaine is definitely 100% weird. But then again, this business is extremely weird that it shouldn't have surprised me. Not at all. It shouldn't have surprised me at all. But with that being said, I would want to watch another show just to have another idea. We're gonna have to probably wait till like episode 57 and see. Because I just want to see what Vince Russo does. I just want to see what he does. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's just to have fun. People online are going to definitely rip it apart because that's what people do. So like for this promo that we are watching, people have already started ripping this apart, and it's like, that's not helping. When you go on Twitter, on Reddit, and anywhere else on social media, and you start ripping something apart that has potential, and you've been a wrestling fan for so long, and you watch wrestling, and you have your favorites, and you have your favorite promos, and your favorite matches, and your favorite wrestlers, your favorite belts or titles, right? Rather than just saying that this sucks, how can it be improved? Use that brain of yours to be like, how can this be improved? And that's what we do here on the Square Circle podcast on the tape study Tuesday, is how do we end up improving the business? How do we improve what we see? Because there is potential. So what we're going to do is that we're going to play this, and I'm going to pause and react to it and stuff like that. Again, it's all constructive criticism. If Vince Russo and Katrina Creed happens to see this reaction to the promo, nothing personal, because I don't know you guys, but I do want the best for wrestlers. I want the best for the business. I want the best for the industry. So this is just constructive criticism, no matter what. Nothing personal. So Let's go. Wait, what? Let me just make sure that everything works. Okay. So this is Katrina Creed.
When you look at me, what is it that you see? What am I to you? Just another wrestler? I don't think you guys realize how difficult it is for someone like me to be in this position. The amount of hours of sleep that I've lost, the amount of relationships I've had to.
You know what, Jeff? This is where I.
All right, you know what? We'll watch it.
But I want everybody to see this.
See what? We'll see what exactly.
Do you think I give a shit about that story? What you had? How old are you? Answer my question. How old are you?
What does it matter?
How old are you? 20-something, and you've been through what? You've been through nothing.
You have no idea what I've been through in my life.
And, I don't care. And I don't care.
Good for
I
you.
don't care.
Good for you.
You're sitting here crying to an audience that doesn't care. I hired you on your reputation. So you're going to come here and you're going to look for sympathy in a wrestling promo?
I'm not looking for sympathy, okay? I don't know what you think that is, but it's not looking for sympathy.
What is this dancing around? Did you learn this in wrestling school?
This is proving a damn point, okay? So you're going to listen to what I have to say or not?
Got 5 seconds.
Got 5 seconds? I got 5 seconds? Here's what I'm going to say. How about you go backstage, watch me out there, and I'll prove why the freak I am here.
Beautiful, beautiful. Put your money where your mouth is.
Okay. First of all, I should not be giggling. I shouldn't be. Because I do not think that the purpose of this promo was to be like a comedy sketch. The potential here is that simpler lines could have been said, even though that Vince Russo said it himself on Twitter that there is no script. There was like no bullet points. It was just like impromptu off the top of the head and whatnot. But I think that Katrina was not ready for something like that. And I also think that because Vince Russo is such a really high energy character and also a main character at that point, and just has this ability to overshadow people, that this little promo was not needed to be filmed this way, if that makes sense. Vince Russo is a great antagonist in the world of professional wrestling in kayfabe. Very great antagonist, and you need someone like his energy for particular and specific segments. Something like this where you're, I guess, trying to kick someone in the ass to wake them up to be like, hey, you know, no one's going to care about that kind of sympathy story. You know, I get that. I totally do. But it overshadowed the point of the promo, which is to get her over. And even though like she started off with, you know, very, I don't want to say whiny, it's not whiny, but very cliche stuff of like, you just think I'm another wrestler, you know, I've lost countless sleeps and like had, you know, bad relationships and lost everybody, you know, that kind of build up, that kind of sympathy build up. What would have been best was that she said that chunk, and then the most powerful thing that Vince Russo could have done was just say from like left field, right? Because like the camera's going to pan over to him. The best thing that Vince Russo could have just said that would have been super powerful would have been, no one gives a shit. If he would have yelled that over there, then that would have give Katrina Creed more credibility to snap around and be like, oh, whoa, you give a shit because you decided to enter into my territory, into my promo time where no one asked for you to be there. It just snaps out very quick because she wasn't done getting her story out. She just got interrupted by Vince Russo. And I think that would have been a very powerful way of doing it rather than having this little argument back and forth. And the reason why, like, I don't like the argument back and forth is because it didn't accomplish anything. And me personally, I've been in confrontations and arguments exactly like that, where you're shouting over each other and you're not trying to understand what it is. Like, the message gets lost when you do that kind of deal. And then I'm here just chuckling because it just comes off very funny. It is entertainment, but to prove that you're serious, you don't go that route. You know what I mean? So the potential was there. It's just execution wise, it's like you guys did not need to have like a bickering of a shouting and then to ask her like how old she is just because she's in her early 20s, right? The age thing should have never came up because that's not part of the promo of trying to get her over as a wrestler so people can tune in to watch who she is. Now, yes, online people were saying that you know, now they get to tune in and know who she is because it helped. It helped. You interacted with Vince Russo, a very known name, but I just don't think that it helped, if that makes sense. And then after they're done arguing back and forth, Vince gives her 5 seconds to basically tell the world and tell him, you know, I guess who she is, why she got picked, and why she's being invested in, because he obviously picked her for her being a damn good wrestler, right? So you also had to have the promo skills with it too. But like I said, Vince Russo is such a really high energy character and a person that he did not need to have that much spotlight, because then it takes away from her. You know, that's why I say that Vince is a very good antagonist when it is needed to go against other people that think that their shit don't stink. If that makes sense. But if you're introducing a wrestler that, like, let's say me for the first time, I don't know who she is, and I'm so sorry to say that. But like, if I don't know who she is and I never really followed her that closely, then, you know, it's sort of like all I'm gonna remember is Vince Russo, you know? So after Vince gives her the 5 minutes, all she says is that I'm going to show you who the freak I am in the ring. And I'm like, I wanted to know her story. Maybe not in the cliche way, but I wanted to know her story. I wanted to hear that, you know, I don't know, maybe in her wrestling career, she knocked down giants. And when I say giants, I mean like women who are like way more muscular than her, taller than her. She knocked down giants. She held gold over her hand, over her head. She knows what it's like to eat at the golden table, but now she's at a new place. And sooner or later, the golden table will be hers and nobody could sit next to her. Like, story. All I wanted to do was just know who she is. And this basically just overshadowed her. And it's like, I'm still gonna watch. Like, when this episode drops with this particular promo in it, I'm still gonna watch. I'm still going to tell you how I feel about it and how we're gonna break it down. But I just think that sometimes this stuff needs to be talked about because not everyone is good on the fly. Because Vince is also right too about the moving back and forth and the dancing and stuff like that. Like, that stuff needs to be done behind the scenes. And I think that this would have been a great lesson for like a paywall thing of like, hey, get access to behind the scenes and this is what we did before the final product. comes out, because you do want to have like a professionalness to the final product. Sometimes people can do things on one take to make it look good. Other people need a little bit more time to get adjusted to that stuff. But I do also understand the old school kind of thinking that Vince Russo has, because obviously, you know, writer for WWE, writer for WCW, all that kind of stuff. And he sees things in a way of like, sometimes you have to put somebody in with the sharks or throw them in with the wolves and see how they do. If they sink or swim, you know, that's up to them. I totally get that mindset, but you still want to make sure that the people that you are having these segments with are elevated too. Vince Russo doesn't have to be elevated. Vince Russo's name recognition alone makes him a powerful entity over everybody. So that's why I'm like, this had potential. I don't know what happened, but you know, it could have been done this way. It could have been done the other way. It's not bad, but I, as the viewer, should not be laughing at this. I should not be chuckling. I should be like, oh damn, you know, she gave him a good stinger, a good clap back. Or oh damn, Vince is right. Vince gave her a good clap back. You know, at least like make it like a diss track. Like at least diss each other or something. But I should not be laughing at it, because the energy overall shouldn't have never been comical. It shouldn't. But yeah, just one more time.
When you look at me, what is it that you see?
Okay, when she said that, when I first heard it, I was just like, oh my God, is Cult of Personality going to like play in the background? Because that's the first thing I thought about, which it's like crazy.
What am I to you? Just another wrestler?
I wonder how many times somebody has ever said that to her, whether that's like a comment on social media or maybe a promoter or, you know, another wrestler or whatever. Like, but then again, I think about it and I'm like, I don't know why she would say that line of, you know, oh, you just think I'm another wrestler. What else would you be? Are like, because obviously her look is a little bit different. There's not too many girls out there that are gonna like have like red hair or whatever, but there is. But like, what else would you be? Maybe she means that she kept getting compared to other people.
I don't think you guys realize how difficult it is for someone like me to be in this position.
Okay, when she first said that, I was like, I am not sure what position she means, because this was just, you know, a promo. They put it online. There's not too much context behind it, unless somebody in the comments could give me some more context. But what position is that? To be part of the women's roster, to be, you know, just there as part of the active roster? And apologies for stopping it on this still image, but like, I don't know what she means by that.
The amount of hours of sleep that I've lost, the amount of relationships I've had to...
You know what, Jeff? This is where I would usually tell you to cut.
All right. And then she goes into the amount of like sleepless nights, the amount of relationships, friendships, whatever that she lost. Like, everyone has that. Everyone does. And that is just a fact of the professional wrestling business, but it is like just very tiring to do that. So now I wonder, right? Aside from Russo coming in, but I wonder, why does she decide to start with that? If this promo is supposed to put her on the map, especially to those that may or may not know of her. I would have been like, hey, make sure to start with the biggest confidence that you have rather than trying to do that. Vince Russo coming in to be like, hey, usually this is where I tell you to cut, but we're going to continue to do this and argue like we're siblings or we're family members. But I don't know if Katrina Creed is a Latina. I'm getting Latina vibes, but I really need to see some spiciness from her. I definitely think that she has some spiciness. I don't know why she didn't want to unleash it on Vince Russo. Vince Russo would have totally like understood if she would have snapped on him. But not like snap in a way of getting nasty, but snap in a way of like, you're interrupting my promo time. Who told you to come in and interrupt my promo time? No one asked for you. I know what I'm doing, kind of deal. You know, that kind of thing, to show some story, to show some personality other than just repeating lines that we've heard, you know, a 30-year vet say that, you know, I spent, you know, way more time on the road than I spent with my family story kind of deal when they say that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just want Katrina Creed to be set up for success. And I think that overall, unfortunately, not even with any intent, not with no bad intent, I think it was just an oversight that the big energy of Vince Russo just overshadowed this, just because of like his name, the recognition, and just how it played out. But I do agree that there's no need for dancing. There really isn't. I do think that she should have cut him off, but the yelling back and forth, I just know that that should not be in there. Because the yelling back and forth doesn't do anything. But I will tell you that, like, you know, it just happens. Puerto Ricans and like Italians just have that like argument, that to be argumentative back and forth. But yeah, other people online have already, you know, destroyed this, picked this apart, made fun of it and stuff like that. And, you know, we'll just say that it's slop, it's whatever buzzword you want to create, rather than trying to fix it, rather than trying to find like the better path for this. Because I just believe in people wanting to get better.
But I want everybody to see this.
See what? See what exactly?
Do you think I give a shit about that story? What you had? How old are you? Answer my question. How old are you?
What does it matter?
How old are you? 20 something, and you've been through what? You've been through nothing.
You have no idea what I've been through in my life.
And, I don't care. And I don't care.
Good for
I
you.
don't care.
Good for you.
You're sitting here crying to an audience that doesn't care. I hired you on your reputation. So you're going to come here and you're going to look for...
And that's where I think that he overshadowed her. Again, not doing it with malicious intent, not doing it with like, you know, a means to hurt her or to, you know, just totally destroy the promo. I just think that in his mind, right, he knows about her. But like I said, for somebody that has not followed her career, don't know her accolades, don't know what kind of accomplishments she's done in her career, even though somebody in the comments could be like, oh, Google her or whatever. That's not the point. The point of a promo is to tell a story. But when you are giving us vague information of you hired her based on her reputation, what is her reputation? This is why the arguing doesn't help, because then I still don't know her reputation. I don't know why you hired her. I don't know what potential you saw in her. If she would have exploded on him right there and then, where he said that I hired you on my reputation, you know, then we could have got a little bit more insight. But because it got quiet as if like it's a dad scolding a daughter, it's sort of like a lost opportunity was there. A tiny bit of a lost opportunity was there. Um, yeah, I don't know what her reputation is. I don't know if, like I said earlier, that like maybe in her career she she knocked down giants that were bigger than her. She held up championship gold above her head, and she sat on a golden table because she defeated everybody, and now she was the queen of the mountain. Like, is that the reputation you hired her on? Because I don't know. It should have been said in this promo, so that way I know who she is. The same way that I said in the beginning that after she said the little sob story, all you hear from the side should have been from Vince Russo was the line of "nobody gives a shit," and then she could have just turned right around and being like, you know well, you're the only one that does give a shit because you came into my promo time, you're interrupting my story and blah blah blah. Like, you be a little confrontational with him because he was just like, no one gives a shit, that kind of deal. Yeah, I just think that it could have been placed better because again, I don't know what her reputation is.
Sympathy in a wrestling promo?
I'm not looking for sympathy, okay? I don't know what you think that is, but it's not looking for
What
sympathy.
is this dancing around this?
And then to come back at him with talking about the sympathy thing rather than, again, cutting him off and being like, you want to know my reputation? And then look, like, I think that it would have been best to cut off Russo right after he said the reputation line and just really have a very low voice and be like, you want to know about my reputation? And then like look into the camera and do the same thing and be like, here's my reputation. And then start like listing and telling the story of the championships that she won, maybe how she won it. Give us a story into the camera so that way the audience can be like, oh my God, we locked eyes. Yes, I understand. And then, but then it goes into, oh, I'm not looking for sympathy. And it's like, well, the world will never know. The world will definitely be like, yeah, you are looking for sympathy, but the world would, never really know in a way because again, the story in this promo is all over the place. And I don't think that was the intention, but it comes across the screen as, it looking not so well. And then Vince Russo just jumping in with the what is this? Is this dancing? Like what are we dancing? Again, I know that this promo is not supposed to be funny. I know it's not. It's supposed to be serious. But bro, you can't just jump in with like, what are we doing? We're dancing here? Like we can't do that, dude. Um it's just so funny. It's funny when it's not supposed to be funny, and then doing that, mocking her for the way that she's moving basically just takes me out of the promo. It really does. And all I'm thinking about is Vince Russo rather than the subject, Katrina Creed.
Did you learn this in wrestling school?
This is proving a damn point, okay? So you're gonna listen to what I have to say?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. I have no idea what she means by this is proving a damn point if she keep having to move and do these gestures and whatnot. I get it. I get the movement. I get it. But you're not doing a promo against another girl. Because it seems like in women's professional wrestling, that happens all the time where women always have to be moving and doing all with the hands and maybe some snapping of the fingers, all this kind of stuff. Like, I get it. Women wrestlers do that with other women wrestlers. But this is Vince Russo, man. Like, if Russo sees something that's repetitive, he's gonna make a joke about it. So you can't do that with him. But I don't understand how doing all of that means that you're proving a point What point are you proving if there hasn't been no point made in this whole entire promo where the point of the promo is to tell a story, a beginning, middle, and end? And then she says, "Are you gonna listen to me?" And it's like, you should have cut him off in the beginning because I know you have that spiciness. If you would have stopped him early on in the beginning, we would have never gotten to the question of, "Are you gonna listen to me?" Which is very typical that a woman does to a man. So, like, you should have cut him off in the beginning. He would have understood. It's wrestling. He would have understood.
Say or not?
You got 5 seconds.
Got 5 seconds? I got 5 seconds? Here's what I'm gonna say. How about you go backstage, watch me out there, and I'll prove why the freak I am here.
Beautiful.
Even that line is cliche too, where they're like, why don't you go somewhere or go sit up on a monitor and, watch me backstage, and I'm going to go out there and prove why the freak I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's also cliche too, but that doesn't let me know what kind of accolades that she has. That doesn't let me know, why Vince decided to invest in her and bring her in on her reputation. That really doesn't let me know anything, nothing at all. So, the ways that this can improve is that Vince, as much as I respect him, has to dial it down just a tiny bit, like dial it back in, depending on who he wants to be interacting with on camera. And then know when to turn on his antagonist side when he has to deal with the bigger boys and maybe the bigger girls in the promotion of JCW Lunacy. But it has potential. I just think that it was just wrongly put together. Overshadowing. I still don't know who Katrina Creed is. But I do think that it was just like, hey, this is way too big, way too much energy for something that is supposed to be very serious, very complex. And I do hope that in the future, stuff like this could be talked about before trying to do improv. Because if we are to believe the tweet that this was done in one take and that this was no script, no bullet points, it should have been a little bit better. It should have been a little bit better, in my opinion. Because again, it didn't accomplish anything. When you have a promo, it's supposed to accomplish at least a good story that we can follow, and then that story also gets put out into the ring, and then commentary also heightens that story that is told in the promos and stuff like that. Like, everything has to work together. You have a beginning, middle, and end for your promos, for your stories, to bring us along with it. It is entertainment, I'll give it that, but it really wasn't supposed to be that. I believe that it was supposed to be a serious tone because she is introducing herself to the audience of JCW, and I can understand that that audience does not want to at all basically be having their hand held. They really don't. So yeah, that is my take on this promo that I wanted to go over, and I was hoping that this promo was in episode 56. But now it's your turn, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know down in the comments below how you felt about this promo. What do you think about my critique on the promo? And do you think that it actually helps? Because I really do want to see, wrestling get way better. And my original motto has always been that I want to make professional wrestling better than it was yesterday. So I hope that this is it. And I hope that, Vince Russo doesn't take offense to this. And I hope that Katrina Creed doesn't take offense to this. I just want it to be better. And I saw that it could have been better. It just got a little overshadowed. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into Tape Study series. You can head over to patreon.com/Marie Shadows to read a upcoming update post about Tape Study series and what I want to do going forward. And that will be all for this segment. In the next couple of segments, we'll be talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can wear, I don't have to wear the headset as much. Um, so yeah, we're gonna talk about we are definitely going to be talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling for a little bit, and then that's gonna be all for today. Um, I have errands to run a little bit later. So I wanted to get this done soon. And I wanted to spend some time. And also, I do not want to make people feel guilty about anything, but look, New Japan right now is in this weird state of what do we do? And they have not recovered, and it seems like they're not trying to get the best of the best. Um, and even though they have, you know, what do you call it? The LA Dojo and whatnot, and people are going and they're becoming wrestlers and whatnot. You really don't see a lot of like American young lions nowadays. You really don't see enough of that. And it just feels like there's a disconnect with New Japan Pro Wrestling and their vision because like I said that you know, AEW is the problem. And I know people don't like me saying that, but AEW is the problem. Their partnership is the problem. Because how do you take almost all of their valuable people and their valuable people end up you know, going to AEW for the money and breaking up teams, aka the United Empire. And how do you like not see that as a problem? And the way that they decided to let LIJ fall apart because Naito basically is no longer there and has decided that, you know, where the LIJ mantle is not going to continue because the main person who is LIJ is no longer there, aka Naito. How does it make sense that former LIJ, which includes Shingo, Sonata. No, Sonata's over in Bullet Club. Shingo, Hiromu, Bushi. No, Bushi left. Suji. Okay, for the remaining members of LIJ, how the fuck you guys do not say that you want to take up the mantle? I remember that Suji, when he came back from excursion, the reason why he wanted to be part of LIJ is because he not only admired them, and the majority of them went over to Mexico for their excursion, but Suji himself was like, I want to take over LIJ. I want to take over Naito's spot. And what the fuck is Suji doing now? Nothing, except for being a global champion, because this motherfucker was like, Konosuke, I want to challenge you. It's going to be title versus title. And it's like, no, you guys need to stop doing this title versus title shit. Like, stop having Tony Khan dip his hand into this. Stop doing that. Because that doesn't prove anything. If you have title versus title, it doesn't prove anything, really. Like, okay, they could carry 2 titles, but are they going to defend it? The same way that Doki has 2 titles. Doki is the junior heavyweight champion, and then also you have him as the junior tag. And it's like, listen, I know that's a lot on your plate, but we do need to open up and have people end up, facing you and stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, so going back to LIJ becoming unaffiliated, which is so fucking stupid. How come Suji did not take up the mantle of LIJ when he said that he wanted to do that? That was one of his goals, is to take over LIJ when Naito ever decided to give it to him. That was the whole point of the rivalry. And then giving Naito the evil eye look, in a way, where it was like, yo, Naito, I could take this from you at any time. But yeah, like, why all of a sudden, when groups get momentum, everything falls apart? And I can understand why Naito wanted to leave, and I can understand why Bushi wanted to leave and stuff like that. But you have to start telling people, we got to put you into these positions, because now there are open spaces. No, everybody is just like business as usual, and this is why New Japan Pro Wrestling is not at the peak as it once was before the AEW partnership. And, I want to talk about United Empire for a little bit, because I was right. I have been covering United Empire for 4 years, and finally Callum Newman over here is like really upset with the way that everything went down, and felt like people betrayed him and left him, and he said fuck them, and that, like, if he ever sees them, he's gonna go 0 to 100 on them. And I'm like, bro, you could have just listened to my podcast. You could have just listened to what I was saying, because I knew that this was gonna happen. I basically chronicled the beginning of the United Empire all the way to their downfall, because of pettiness, because of Osprey and Kyle Fletcher being selfish and doing what they wanted to do and what was best for them and not best for the team. You do not just decide to jump ship because somebody else is giving you more money, and then you're like, oh yeah, they'll figure it out. We don't have leaders in the United Empire, and this is why it fucking crashed. But, like, they'll figure it out. You don't do that. You're like, hey, my number 1 in command, my number 2 in command, you will listen to these guys. They will bring you into glory, because it is the United Empire. We no longer have a United Empire. We have a fallen empire. And it's like, you guys were the hottest thing going. and then got destroyed and dropped. And so there's that. There's also Bullet Club War Dogs, where I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Bullet Club War Dogs has a truce with Unaffiliated, aka LIJ, and they are in World Tag League as tag team partners. And it's like, what are we doing? Why is Hiromu doing double duty? Hiromu needs a vacation. How come he couldn't get a vacation, man? You know what's really fucked up is that the amount of time that Hiromu has been there, and even the amount of time that Naito was there before Naito left. Hiromu was saying to New Japan management, hey, I want to bulk up. I want to go over to the heavyweight division. And management was like, no, you're our best junior. We can't sacrifice you over to the heavyweights because our junior division is going to suffer. And look at what he's doing now. He is in the big boy area. He is in World Tag League. He is teaming up with David Finlay. And David Finlay is a heavyweight, and somehow Hiromu became a heavyweight. Hiromu has been chunky. He has not been working out, but he never really worked out. But it's totally okay. But now he is in the heavyweight division in order to be in World Tag League. This is because they couldn't find anybody else. So you're telling me that you could not have put together David Finlay and Drilla Maloney, or David Finlay and Gabe Kidd to keep an eye on him, because Gabe Kidd has been flipping to every promotion because all he cares about is a paycheck. And also they're doing this thing where it is, can they coexist storyline in New Japan Pro Wrestling? And it's like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing a can they coexist? And I say this between Unaffiliated and Bullet Club War Dogs. And maybe in the future there could be, a bigger thing going down, but it wouldn't make sense to have these members into Bullet Club. And by the way, the other biggest thing that I hate right now, or just dislike, when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, because nobody either wants to put a foot down or be like, listen, we gotta go back to the drawing board, is that behind me you can see that Okada has come back to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Okada will be Tanahashi's last opponent on Tanahashi's goodbye tour at Wrestle Kingdom 20. And by the way, Okada did get a really nice pop in the area that they were in. And this is not really a very popular area. This is a brand new area, but it just speaks to the level of how much legacy Okada has given to New Japan Pro Wrestling, to wrestling fans, to people in general, and in the same way that Tanahashi has done and New Japan has done. But it just speaks to the level of legacy. But this motherfucker, Okada, decided to go to AEW for money and decided to make a big crying storm that even Naito knew, that he was like, bro, why the fuck you crying? You're just going to go over to AEW. You're not going to WWE. Like, it would have been nice if he would have went to WWE. It would have been fantastic if he would have went to WWE. But that is not what we have here. So it is very likely that someone listens to the Square Circle podcast over in the New Japan camp and AEW camps and basically heard what I had to say, because I said that everyone that decided to jump from New Japan Pro Wrestling to AEW, we were told for months on end from wrestling fans and bots and whatever that these New Japan guys have a dual contract, so they could come back at any time that they want, but they never did so within the amount of time that they jumped over to New Japan Pro Wrestling until now, until Tanahashi needed a last opponent and they got Okada. You could not have gotten Nakamura. You could have not gotten John Cena. You would think that Tanahashi will want to go out in a blaze of glory, because this guy has a really huge reputation. Everybody knows about Tanahashi. Everybody knows about the Ace. Everybody knows that this guy is the light in all of the darkness. He carried New Japan Pro Wrestling on his back during COVID because he felt that wrestling gives people hope. And we all believed it. I believed it. And you go and find Okada. Not to say that Okada is not worthy. Okada is worthy. He is definitely worthy. But out of everything that Tanahashi has done, nothing has been memorable on this goodbye tour because it has been so in-house that, you know, for him being the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, you would think that he is not bogged down by the chains of Tony Khan and by the chains of AEW. But he is. He is. Being the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, you would think that he will go out of his way to contact WWE, to contact Pro Wrestling Noah, to contact, you know, MOW, because MOW has the partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and show up in places so that way his goodbye tour can be just as worthy as John Cena's goodbye tour. But when you are so chained down by tradition, where you're so chained down by, let me listen to other people, and you don't want to do what you want to do, I think that this whole entire tour would have been the biggest freebie for Tanahashi to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, wrestle whoever he wanted to wrestle, go wherever he wanted to go, and not just stay in-house. Now, that could be a little, you know, wrong for the in-house guys that always wanted a match with Tanahashi, but this is Tanahashi's goodbye tour. He could do whatever he wants. I would have liked Tanahashi versus Nakamura. I would have liked Tanahashi versus John Cena for the history. For the history. But we got stuck with Okada versus Tanahashi. We've seen this before. Okada pinned Tanahashi during Forbidden Door of last year. But, you know, no sickos talk about that. No AEW sickos or AEW fans talk about Forbidden Door. Every time Forbidden Door happens, it's like on to the next. It's like, hey, what kind of arguments can we start on Twitter? Oh, that's the argument of the week? Okay, cool. You want to talk about Forbidden Door? No. They move the fuck on. So why would this hold any weight to Wrestle Kingdom? The same way that Konosuke versus Tsuji. Why? First of all, I do not acknowledge that Konosuke is my IWGP champion. I really don't. You guys already know why. But it's until New Japan Pro Wrestling fixes their shit is the day that I will get back a New Japan Pro Wrestling subscription. Like right now, they're pushing Aaron Wolf. And it's like, don't push him too fast, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do it. Do not push him too fast. World Tag League has some of the most interesting tag team, not really interesting, but just tag teams that we know. And by the way, this is where I want to say that I don't want to make anyone feel guilty, but since I have a tight budget, I cannot get any subscriptions. I cannot reinvest into this business that I do, which is live stream when I can, make videos when I can. Because again, I am sharing one laptop, and I guess it bears repeating. And because I'm sharing one laptop, I have to just maneuver in the way that I have to do things. Most of the time, I do overthink my content. I do know that I can use my phone for stuff, but I like to do interactive stuff where I am basically reacting to stuff, and I can't really do that if I just have a phone. There's two different styles of content being made on my one laptop. There is professional wrestling content, there is gaming content. And then there is, you know, stuff to help me out with. Until things get better, this is how it's going to have to be. And just because I don't talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling enough, or, you know, if I want to, I don't know, but even though I do not watch it actively, I still get updates about what's happening in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I'm still able to talk about the stuff. Even though it sounds like harsh the way that I'm saying things, but it is what it is. It has not gotten better. We have Goto and Yoshihashi. We have Bolton Oleg and Yano. Still don't understand the hype behind Oleg. Gabe and Suji, because unaffiliated and Bullet Club War Dogs, a collaboration, like, oh my god. Evil and Bad Luck Fale, like, okay. Interesting and weird. I may not be able to see Kojima in MLW. Maybe he makes an appearance later, but you know, Taichi. El Desperado is a junior. What is he doing here? And then Shuji is All Japan Triple Crown. So he's from All Japan. So we got an All Japan. Oh, former. Oh, no. Yeah, he's from All Japan. Shingo and Driller Maloney. Thank God these two guys stopped fighting. And also, thankfully, Maloney versus Sonata is done. Because, man, we're skipping that. These two are interesting. I just haven't been following them, so I can't really say too much. I just know that this dude like wants to be a hip hop artist. Like if he comes out with like him rapping, like I think that'll make my day. He plays a good bad guy. Oscar plays a really good bad guy. This is not bad. I'm happy that these two are back. Even though it doesn't look like it. This is just a weird pairing of ELP and Tanahashi. But then again, like, who would you put for Tanahashi? Like, I don't know, man. Should Tanahashi be in World Tag League? Not really. But it is what it is. We still have Shota Umino. Shota Umino still has not challenged Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley does not give a shit about this kid and the story that they were building. They just drop shit. This is why like it's hard to get behind New Japan Pro Wrestling because things get dropped way more now than before the AEW partnership. During the AEW partnership, a lot more stories just get dropped. And it's like, you know, why? AEW has no continuity, no smoothness to it. And people want to be like, oh my God, it's the greatest partnership there is. No, it isn't. You could have had a very good story with Shota Umino trying to find his second chapter, trying to find his extra layer of like, you know, he lost himself once. He got away from Jon Moxley and all that and the character development. And now he's trying to find himself. And the way to do that, you got to defeat your demons. You got to defeat your past. That's like 101 anime. But no, they dropped it all. This is a very interesting pairing. Again, Hiromu here needs to get a vacation, and David Finlay just needs to like show up and show out, and then go to WWE. How do you become tag team partners with somebody from the United Empire when you're like, yo, everybody left me, like, you know, fuck this. You know, I don't know. I don't know they're gonna be on the same page. I don't know what's gonna be happening, but yeah. This is just weird. Like, Ren Narita is mad cool. I like what he does. Sonata fell very, very hard. Yeah, I don't know. Is this only for A block? Oh no, we did A and B block. Yeah. I like to say for the record that I want fresh matchups. I want fresh things. But you still have to have that fundamentals. You still have to have that structure. Right now, it just seems like New Japan Pro Wrestling is just like throwing everything to the wall. Everything to the wall. And it's like, I don't know if that's going to continue to work. I do know that in next year, what is it? New Year's Dash is over in New Jersey. I am surprised that they were able to book a New Jersey event. So congratulations to New Japan Pro Wrestling for doing that. But I do want fresh matchups. I do want fresh ideas and fresh things. But this just feels like we're throwing stuff to the wall without a structure, without a vision. I'm telling you, the day that New Japan breaks away from AEW is the day that, it'll be better. It will be 100% better. Now, last thing. My Patreon, patreon.com/Marie Shadows. I am trying to grow this. It is free to join. They have a free join button, but if you want to help out, there are memberships. You have my popular posts, the Discord notes, where that is a looser podcast sidecast experiment, is Patreon exclusive. That's where I could talk about any topic. It doesn't always have to be about wrestling. And give my perspective. That's all it is. Giving my perspective on excuse me, on things that I want to give my perspective on, the same way that I do for the Square Circle podcast, the same way that I do for talking about insider information on professional wrestling and the industry stuff and all that kind of stuff, and breaking down professional wrestling for tape study series. You have my popular post. You have my recent posts and whatnot. Even me talking about wrestling and stuff like that. If you don't want to listen to any of the other stuff that deals with like society, current events, because you want to get lost in the wrestling, I totally understand that. Just know that if you don't want to listen to those, the door for those will always be open. They'll be like left ajar if you feel like you want to change your mind and just want to have a different perspective or a different outlook on certain things, because we can't no longer we can't really continue to just blanket everything with like, oh, it's black and white. Most of the stuff nowadays is very complex because of how we made it complex. So again, if you don't want to listen to any of that stuff and you just want the wrestling stuff, it will be in its own collection. So you can still support myself on Patreon if you just want the wrestling stuff, because it'll just be in the collections. I just need to update stuff, put stuff here and there and whatnot, because I do want to take tape study series into 2026 where I am helping out wrestlers and getting a clientele and basically all of that kind of stuff, because I do want to use tape study series where I break down professional wrestling matches and stuff as a business. All of this is a business. And I want to spend my time on that. But yeah, Discord notes, again, if you don't want to hear any of that kind of stuff, the door will be open for you to always go back to it. The wrestling stuff is there. But yeah, I'm gonna make not really some new content. I might just do like a post update and explain to you guys there. But patreon.com/Marie Shadows. We could also do live streams there too, where we could watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, because if I do it on YouTube right here, that's it. that I'm not going to risk my channel for it. So patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the place to go for live streams and stuff. But yeah, that's another way to support me and whatnot. I also have memberships turned on for, YouTube. I'll figure something out. But as for collections, Tape Study Series is going to be at the forefront as well. Because I do want to talk about wrestling matches. I want to break down wrestling matches still. In light of like not giving enough content. Of like reviewing shows and this and that. Crossroad Series, I'm probably going to put that on the back burner. And if I want to go forward with like just an interview series, Tape Study will take that over. That's just my idea. But yeah, these are the collections that will be above and whatnot once I start putting stuff in. I might just take all of the previous Tape Study breakdowns and just put it in here to have something. But Discord Notes is a side project. And yeah. We do have a chat. We do have a group chat. So when you join, you could join the group chat. The only thing that's shop is these if you just want to get them all the collections. And I might just update the memberships. Because I do want to again have Tape Study. I do want people to I want to review your matches. Basically, I want to review your matches. I should lead with that. I want to review your matches. I want to help you get better, and I want to be your cheerleader. So I'll update Patreon. I'll update a lot of stuff. As for the next time where I'm gonna go live, I am not entirely sure. Look out for social media to know when I'm gonna go live. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this whole entire live stream, thank you so much for being here. Again, we're growing a community. Without you guys, it wouldn't be me, and we're 6 years into this, and sometimes you have to pivot, and I totally understand. But yeah, make sure to hit that follow button, that subscribe button, that join button if you want to share this out to people. If you want to follow the Square Circle Podcast on Spotify, you can also interact with the Square Circle Podcast on Spotify through comments and also through polls. Patreon.com/Marie Shadows is a place to be for community and growth. I no longer have a Discord. So no Discord. If you see previous Discord links, they do not work because I do not have a Discord anymore. Any kind of chats, any kind of DMs will be on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. Over on Twitter at Marie_Shadows is where you can read my hot takes if you want to read my hot takes and interact with me. Yeah, that's basically about it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to an episode of Tape Study, of watching and me seeing like a first time reaction to JCW Lunacy. And I hope to see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.